we are go for Season 7 in FIA Formula 3. Great launch there from Zagazzetta in the Dams Lucas Oil. He comes down the inside, trying to take the lead away from Ramos, but Ramos has just held on there. Zagazzetta in the end, running slightly wide, and now he's under pressure from McLaren Junior. Martinius Stensorner going down to turn 3. We've got one of the Red Bull Juniors going down the outside in the white and black road, and that is Roman Belinsky down the inside of Stensorner, and he's taken third place. Someone in trouble with damage. That is the 6 Trident of Charlie Wirtz.
Yeah, Wirtz with contact in the middle of turn number 5. Ramos, though, has managed to charge away in the lead as they continue to squabble behind on their way down to the super fast turn 9.
Belinsky up to second, and he's getting his elbows out here because we've got the Campos of Tassanapol Intrapuvazak, the white Campos, trying to go around the outside, side by side, into turn 9. Tassanapol Intrapuvazak, how on earth did he hang on to that? And here comes Martinius Stensorner. He's found a gap on the inside of Roman Belinsky. Can he now get another place gained into turn 11? They hit the brakes. Zagazzetta to the far right in the blue Dams Lucas Oil car, trying to make ground. Oh, we've got a spinner in the background, a car with front wing damage as well. Stensorner has emerged in second place there. In third is Roman Belinsky. Who's going to be fourth? That's Intrapuvazak down the inside of Zagazzetta. Zagazzetta holds on to fourth place.
Zagazzetta gets off the line well and tries to get down the inside of Ramos. Ramos, big hip and shoulder across the racetrack there. It's Intrapuvazak in the 11. The white car trying to make it round the outside of Stensorner in the first corner. Isn't able to do that and then doesn't quite get the run. Zagazzetta then, unable to having challenged Ramos down into the first corner, doesn't quite get the exit right. Let's have a look for Wirtz. It's a Red Bull liveried car coming across the road on the exit of turn number 3 who catches Wirtz. So Wirtz in the 6 car in the middle. It's the 17 machine of Tramnitz coming across the road, and he's actually not so far ahead, is he, of Wirtz as he makes his way back across the road, but very much a first lap incident of misfortune there.
And now here we're going to see Sharp there in the 24 spin to the left of picture, and to the right, that's Dufek. Front wing damage, a car spinning. I'm going to assume that those incidents are connected. We are back under green flag racing. Ramos with a gap of over 5 seconds, but it's very close behind. Tim Tramnitz, the Red Bull Junior there, right behind Tassanapol Intrapuvazak. Can he pull off the same move we saw Tassanapol Intrapuvazak do earlier in the race? Here we go, round the outside at turn 9. Yes, he can. And that's a place gained for the Red Bull Junior. He's now up to P5.
Now Bedrin having a look as he makes his way through the exit. That's unsettled Intrapuvazak, who's going to be under big pressure now as they make their way down towards turn 11, 3 wide in the braking zone for 11, and let's see if they make it all the way through.
Stromstead in the 4. Oh, an incident. Rafa Kamara's round. The Trident car of Rafa Kamara's round. The 7 also involved of Lawrence Van Hoopen as well. I think there may have been 2 ARTs. There is James Wharton also involved, and we see a safety car in this race for the first time.
So it's, this was the moment that we saw Intrapuvazak making his way through on the inside, but the crash is further back.
Oh, there we see. That was contact.
Oh, so it was contact from the rearmost ART.
Yes, which that
was Wharton.
Santiago Ramos taking us across the start-finish line. His teammate, Teofil Niall, going on the attack straight away of Nikita Bedrin there, and it looks like he might make a place. Round the outside at turn 2, we jump on board with Teofil Niall almost clipping the wall on the outside, but Teofil Niall, good pressure tactics from him, and will he be rewarded for it down at turn 3? Nikita Bedrin somehow manages to hold the position, but great fighting, this allowing the top 5 to break away.
Incredibly brave on the brakes round the outside of 3 there from Bedrin, who doesn't have the tyre warm-up and the pace. And look at the gap, which is opened up in the middle of the pack there. He's going to be under pressure. He is under pressure. He's dipping the outside wheel in the gravel, and it's going to be a really, really tough ask to keep the drivers behind down towards turn 9.
He will lose DRS. You have to be within 1 second to have it. There are 4 DRS zones. This will be the first time we see it when it becomes enabled. Up to turns 9 and 10 we go. There goes Sandro Giusti down the inside. They're trying to make a position on Noah Stromstead. Doesn't quite manage to get through. Callum Boysen is now in the top 10. He's gone by Ugo Ugachukwu. Ugachukwu is under pressure. The red and white Prema, his teammate Noel Leon, has gone down the inside. Meanwhile, Stromstead making a place on Sandro Giusti, goes by the Williams Academy driver. Mercedes on Williams in FIA Formula 3 as they go up to the final 2 corners, and Stromstead up into P8. Turn 9-10 complex could be his best way to do it, or is it going to be here? Ramos looks slightly vulnerable on the exit there, and there we go. Stensorner going to the outside, under braking into 3, and Ramos is really starting to feel the pressure. Stensorner right there behind him, and as he's done in the last couple of laps, we see Ramos go defensive here into 11. Does he run too deep though? On the exit, Stensorner got the run there, and Ramos is now forced to defend into turn 12. We haven't seen him been this much under pressure into the final 2 corners here. Stensorner piling on the pressure. And that's an AIX driver off the road. Let's try and identify who that one is. Safety car is out.
2 drivers involved.
That's one of the MP Motorsport drivers.
Sakhir out of the car.
That's Bruno Del Pino.
Del Pino making his way out as well. Oh, so they've made contact on the straight on the way down towards the right-hander.
Yeah, that's down to turn 6, isn't it?
Yep, there's rear wing damage already before he makes his way into the gravel trap. You can see that the evidence there on the side pod of the AIX. So what they've done is battled over the entry point, and the AIX coming across the road.
Van Amersfoort Racing will return to the top step of the podium, and they will do it with Santiago Ramos, who becomes the first Mexican driver to win in FIA Formula 3. What a start to the season for Santiago Ramos, and what a way to celebrate 50 years for Van Amersfoort Racing.
That's P1. Good job, man. Good job. Los mexicanos llegaron ya. Y llegaron bailando el cha-cha-cha. ¡Vamos! ¡Vamos, vamos, 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 vamos! Sí!
Santiago Ramos climbs out of the car, has moved over to the team for this season, and off to a winning start. Well done. A brilliant way for him. He'll remember this one for a very, very long time.
We will have a rolling start, Chris.
And immediately, Rafa Kamara has a gap. Noah Stromstead struggling through the final corner, taking us down the start-finish straight at racing speed for the first time is Rafa Kamara, as the green flag is waved in the feature race for the first time. Noah Stromstead in second, Teofil Niall in third. The third of the Tridents trying to make progress is Charlie Wirtz in the background. We've got one of the other Van Amersfoorts there trying to come through as well, which is Santiago Ramos, yesterday's winner. But nailing the start is Kamara, the Red Bull Junior. Almost into the wall was Tim Tramnitz there, trying to get past Nikita Bedrin for P4, but it looks like it's been a clean start for most of the field.
Yeah, definitely so. Tramnitz was really feisty down towards turn 1. It was Ugachukwu trying to make his move past him for Puvazak as they made their way down towards turn 3, but a gulf for Kamara, who just disappeared in those last couple of laps. Look at that over his teammate. Stromstead left in the spray by Kamara, who's found grip that no one else has found in those first couple of corners of the race.
Confidence of a reigning FIA champion being shown. Can we see confidence from Tim Tramnitz, the Red Bull Junior, to try and use his experience? Whoa! Martinez Stenson down the the inside at turn 9. He's going to run ride mid-corner. He was on the podium yesterday with that driver he's just passed, Roman Bielinski. Bielinski trying to come back at him in the white and black Rodin colours as they head down to 11.
Two cars are off in the background in turn 9. The McLaren Junior having to defend. That is Stenson down towards turn 11. But we do have two cars off. There they are as they headed into turn 9, and that'll bring the safety car out once more. Here's that contact then, and it looked like a squeeze to the wall. Yes, it was. A squeeze to the wall down towards turn 9 for Voisin being the driver squeeze.
Oh, I got crashed out, man.
Well, let's see if the stewards after the event have anything to say about that one. I think they might.
Oh, my days. What an idiot.
Full racing speed for the first time since the restart, and we have an immediate gap, and we have two cars side by side there. That is Santiago Ramos almost spinning round there, just about manages to catch the car. Look at Bedrin, he's been on the podium before, he's been on the top step of it before, and he's trying to go after Niall. Niall slightly wide through turn 9, so is Charlie Wirtz. He's had to go wide through 10. Intra Puvazak in the white Campos might be about to attack in the background. Let's have a look. We can see Wirtz defending in the Trident colours already. Intra Puvazak tries to line him up, goes down the inside, tries to force him wide there. Yellow flag is out somewhere. Uga Chukwu, the first of the McLaren cars, and Intra Puvazak trying to get down the inside once again, doesn't quite make the move on this occasion.
Let's see what's going on with Stenson as he makes his way down towards turn number 9. Just about hangs on to it, and he had to do a vert over the apex of turn number 10. And losing potentially a little bit of momentum there.
That's Del Pino. In fact, the McLaren Junior behind manages to avoid Nicola Lacorte. Here comes Stenson down the inside of Uga Chukwu. Brilliant pass from the Norwegian driver there. That's going to put him up to 8th place.
Brave on the brakes. Oh, Rodin off in the background.
That's Louis Sharp. He's gone wide at turn 3, recovers onto the road, just about avoids Christian Ho in the Blue Dams Lucas Oil car. Uga Chukwu going slightly wide under brakes, and is that going to lose him a place to Bielinski? It might do. Let's see. He goes down the inside. Roman Bielinski, is he going to make a place? Yes, he will there. Uga Chukwu forced to go wide on the exit, and Bielinski is up to 9th place.
Well, that's Guisti making his way through the mid-corner of turn 11. Simultaneous battling from Van Hoopen. Contact ahead.
Giusti is off. He's been received contact there, and that was Zagazzetta and Sandro Giusti coming together.
I spotted as well some damage for Zagazzetta. A piece of that dams was flying away, and this is why.
Yeah, that's where he tagged Giusti. Got it all wrong under braking. Zagazzetta.
Yeah, way too deep, and he's just taken Giusti out of the battle pack there, hasn't he? Just too deep, misjudging it, and a contact, unfortunately, front wing to rear tyre.
Looked like he tried to avoid him and get out of it, but in the end, straight into the back of him.
Looking down the outside then, Stenson having to defend from Bielinski. Is it going to happen around the outside of 3? Not on my watch, says Stenson. Ushers him to the outside curb.
There we go. Stenson just giving him a hip and shoulder there. And Roman Bielinski having to get out of that move in the end.
Oh.
No, that is the Dams Lucas. That is a Dams Lucas Oil car off. And that is Christian Ho.
Oh, yeah. Ho's falling through the pack on the exit of turn 6, that one. Safety car deployed.
Christian Ho, he is all okay. And that's the main thing that we want to see after that incident.
So we have a red flag. 18 of 20 laps completed. The original race distance, 23 laps. The laps completed under the safety car will count. So we've cleared the full points race distance here.
The race will not be resumed, as you can see on your screen now. So we can confirm now that Rafa Kamara will take victory in the feature race. Rafa Kamara taking full points as he took fastest lap with it as well. Stromstead and Nile on the podium with him. Nikita Bedrin, 4th place for him. Tim Tramnitz 5th. Charlie Wirtz in 6th, making it 3 Tridents in the top 10. Sanapol and Trapuvazak will be 6th in the championship after this weekend. Stenson 8th place, and then Bielinski and Uga Chukwu We go into a bit of a break now, but we will be back at Bahrain for round 2 on the 12th and 13th of April. We are go for the sprint race here at Bahrain. Rafa Kamara, I believe, did not get going, a little bit further back, but we've got Josh Dufek leading us down towards turn 1. For the first time, Martini Stenchon in the Papaya trying to go around the outside. In third place, that is Freddie Slater. Nicholas Solov has gone through to 4th. Sandro Giusti in the Williams colours is in P5. The rest of the field making their way down towards turn 4. We are side by side there. Slater going round the outside of Martini Stenchon. He's side by side there, almost in the gravel. Slater on his debut, getting his elbows out, trying to pass Stenchon, and he's done it, Piers Pryor.
That's a statement of intent from Slater, joining F3, going around the outside of a second-year driver into turn 4. Martini Stenchon gave him a hip and shoulder, bit of contact in the middle, but then Slater kept his foot in, running 2 wheels through the gravel. We'll keep an eye as to whether the race director has a look at that, but it's a pretty clean start so far, actually, until we see someone run wide on the exit of turn number 8 there.
Here is Rafa Kamara, championship leader. He scored no points in the sprint race at round 1, where he DNF'd, and it's been a disaster start here, Piers, for Rafa Kamara once again.
Let's have a look on board with Kamara. Listen in. Yeah, just pulled the clutch out too quickly, and the engine stalling, getting it started eventually as we saw him carry on, but pretty much everyone and the medical car making it past him. A nightmare start to Kamara.
Oh, we've got a move going on, and we've got someone slow, and one of the ARTs is in trouble. Wirtz, meanwhile, goes past Louis Sharp, who's made a good start to the race. Wirtz has gone through into P12. One of the ARTs it was who was in trouble, which I think may have been James Wharton, travelling down towards us now, and we're still battling away a little bit further back.
That's the number 11 who's got a puncture there.
That's the Sanapol Intrapuva zone.
Yeah, front puncture and front wing damage, so must have had contact potentially through that turn 9 and 10 section. We see side by side into turn 13 here, road in of number 24. That's Louis Sharp fending off the attack from, that must be Del Pino, is it Ugachukwu?
We have a change for the lead. Freddie Slater comes into F3 and hits the front on lap 3. Freddie Slater is leading us in this Formula 3 sprint race, 3 laps into his Formula 3 career, and he now leads us down to turn 4. Josh Dufek second. Ugo Ugachukwu, it's not been the best of starts for Prema Racing. It's not been the best of weekends for them so far. We haven't seen what's happened to Ugo Ugachukwu as of yet. So the safety car is out. Let's have a watch back at this is Noah Stromstead, and this is where Badua gets his puncture, possibly, is it? Let's have a look. Oh, and there we go. Ugachukwu and Badua making contact, and that's where Ugachukwu comes to a stop.
Really unfortunate for Ugachukwu. He was slightly innocent party in that, wasn't he? But also, we saw Sharp there having a front wing damage at that stage as well, so he'd already had contact and was still soldiering on, trying to make moves.
We are back racing in FIA Formula 3 sprint race once again. Slater taking us over the line, and Dufek is under pressure. The Red Bull Junior, Nicholas Solov, down the inside in towards the first corner there, and a change for second place. Nicholas Solov on the attack and goes into P2. Stenchon is in 4th place. 5th place is Tuukka Taponen. It looks like it's been a clean start up and down, and under threat the Williams Academy driver Sandro Giusti. There he is, defending from the black and white roading car of Callum Voisin, who's going to try and get the cutback out of turn 4. We've got another Red Bull Junior behind. Tim Tramnitz has worked his way up from P13 to P8 so far.
Dufek losing the toe from losing the DRS from Solov.
Stenchon round the outside of his teammate Josh Dufek, and that will be move complete there as Stenchon goes through. But crucially, they have lost DRS to the 2 leaders, so the gap has gone. You can see to the left-hand side, the gap's gone up to 1.6 as Dufek will lose another place. Tuukka Taponen is now going through.
We see a move up the inside for the lead. Solov up the inside. Will Slater get the cutback? Looks to try and tuck underneath the Red Bull liveried car, and is side by side into turn 5 and 6, and Slater keeps the lead. He's showing experience beyond his years here. It's a couple of times that he's managed to make moves as other drivers fall by the wayside.
And Slater there going defensive once again, but Solov thinks he's found a gap once more. And now we're going to have another change, but it will be for a very brief period, because on the exit, Slater is just ahead of Nikola Solov. This is brilliant racing between Slater and Solov will have to go again. We're into another DRS zone. Surely he's not going to be able to do it down at turn 11. Slater not defending. He doesn't believe that there is an opportunity there. Nikola Solov, take 5, I think this might be, down the inside of Freddie Slater. Change of lead there in the background. That is Tramnitz going through, and we have a change of lead once more. Solov ahead of Freddie Slater, but you know what's going to happen next. Freddie Slater's going to fight straight back, and this is one of his favourite places to pass. Round the outside at turn 4. Will he be able to get it? Not quite. So Solov, for the first time, is able to get a lead and establish it. Things might be about to close up because Josh Dufek has come to a stop. That's a real shame for him. Oh no, we were just speaking about him. Ivan Dominguez has come to a stop. He'd had such a good race coming through the field. That's going to be a safety car out, and that's going to close things up. Let's have a look at this, Piz.
Yeah, that's the 22 there of Dominguez going up the inside of the 15 of Dufek. Dufek's had a bit of a tricky race, and unfortunately I think that's a bit clumsy in my opinion from Dufek. Oh, it's a slide. Oh, you didn't see that from the other camera angle. Yeah, Dominguez just got sideways at the apex and effectively was out of control at that point.
We go across the line to get the Bahrain sprint race back underway, and Solov immediately defending down towards the first corner. Stenchorn goes down the inside of Tuukka Taponen, trying to get down a gap that wasn't quite there. They both come out of the second corner, and Callum Voisin now has the run on Stenchorn going down towards turn 4. Callum Voisin in the black and white Rodin. Meanwhile, here comes Slater. Is this going to be a move for the lead? Switchback enabled out of turn 4, and Slater trying to get the run into the S's. Almost contact between the pair, and Solov for now continues to have the lead. We ride on board with Freddie Slater down towards the final corner. He thinks he's seen a gap. Slater almost going down the inside there, but Nikola Solov, beautiful control of a race, and he is going to come across the line to take a record equaling 4th win in FIA Formula 3 to get his title contending season underway. Freddie Slater, take a bow. He enters the FIA Formula 3 Championship and gets a podium straight away.
Grazie, Nico. Grazie. Pantera race. Well done. Come on. Let's go. Finally starting the season right, man.
Nikola Solov taking the full 10 points. Freddie Slater got the extra point for fastest lap in that one. Second place on his debut. Tuukka Taponen finishing in 3rd place. Got through with some great moves at the start, and a deserving winner today. His title fight is officially underway. And we are go for the feature race here at Bahrain. Callum Voisin making a great start, and he has the run on Kamara down towards the first corner, and we will see an immediate change for the lead, an immediate challenge from Kamara, trying to go around the outside, but Voisin has taken the race lead away, so the British driver to the front for Rodin Motorsport, and now Kamara is under pressure from his teammate Charlie Wirtz. One of the other Rodins did not get away quickly from the field and is at the back, just coming out of turn 3, but at the front it is Callum Voisin leading. Kamara and Wirtz battling over 2nd and 3rd, and Christian Ho is in 4th place. Christian Ho is defending from Tuukka Taponen a little bit further up the road, but look at this, 3-4 wide into the first corner, and it was always going to end in tears. There goes the 9 of James Wharton spinning round. The 22 of Ivan Dominguez is also involved, and I think Santiago Ramos was the other black and orange Van Amersfoort that also had to take evasive action. But meanwhile, Tuukka Taponen side by side with Christian Ho. Down the inside he goes into turn 5.
We're looking at the back of shot here. We're looking for that Van Amersfoort car, the ART car, on the right-hand side with the orange highlights. Going up the inside, that's just a case of 3 into 1 doesn't go. I don't think anyone's really to blame there. There's no way.
That was Zagazzetta as well in the Dams car. Rafa Kamara lining him up down to the first corner. There he goes. He's going to pay him back for the move he got on him into the first corner of the first lap. And Kamara hits the front once again of this feature race. He has got himself back into the lead. Voisin has to be careful now of the other trident of Charlie Wirtz. Will we see a fight back here from Voisin? Kamara certainly thinks so. He's gone defensive into turn 4. Voisin's going to look to the outside on the brakes. Switchback move coming from Callum Voisin as they make their way out of turn 4. Here comes Voisin into turn 5, and he's got that lead straight back.
Voisin edges to the inside, but we're looking for another move up the inside. Kamara takes the lead.
Rafa Kamara down the inside of Callum Voisin into the first corner. Charlie Wirtz in third, and Tuukka Tappinen right there in fourth as they come out of turn 3. And Kamara is back into the race lead once more. Callum Voisin, though, can he do exactly the same move we saw him do the last time this happened and get the switchback out of here, out of turn 4, and get the run? No, not this time. Rafa Kamara is almost starting to break DRS. Meanwhile, Tappinen is breaking down Wirtz here in terms of this podium position, and he has got through. Great execution from Tuukka Tappinen. Had lined that one up for a little while. Change for third. Meanwhile, a little bit further back, we have a change going on in the points here. Alessandro Giusti gets himself by one of the McLaren juniors. Here's Solov, the Red Bull Junior. It was gone from being Christian Ho had the attack of one Red Bull Junior, and now he's going to have the attack of another. Nicholas Solov is going to get the run out of turn 4 through turn 5 and move complete into turn 6. Nicholas Solov is climbing up the order slowly, and he could be staring at a possible top 5 finish here. He's playing this one very well. Tramnitz about to make his move here. Down towards turn 4 they go, and I think we're going to see a possible move incoming for 5th place here as Tramnitz tries to get by Noah Stromstead. This has been a great drive once again from Tim Tramnitz. Great move on the exit, and he may have qualified 13th, but he's on for 2 big point scores so far this weekend. Watch for that first Red Bull Junior. He is absolutely on a mission. Speaking about Red Bull Juniors, the one who stood on the top step of the podium yesterday, managed by Fernando Alonso. We saw him replicate a celebration from his manager, is now gonna, I'm sure, replicate a move we've seen from the man himself in towards turn 1. Solov is just gonna solidify this position for P6 coming in towards turn 4, and that is Red Bull Junior past Mercedes Junior. Into turn 1, Wirtz does defend, Tramnitz goes to the outside, and this may develop into a battle at T4 Piss.
Tramnitz holding onto the DRS on the back of Tappinen with his fingernails. It was only a couple of hundredths that he got it by. Now had a bad exit out of turn 3. They both have DRS down to turn 4, but a better exit for Tramnitz. He's looking around the outside. Will he go all the way around the outside, or will he favour that undercut? No, he's ahead at the apex. He's going to try and hang it all the way around the outside. That's a wonderful move from Tramnitz. That is Tramnitz. He's bridged that gap, looking to the outside. Is also a battle further back. Solov looking around the outside of Wirtz.
2 Red Bull Juniors trying to get on the move, and Solov's got a great exit out of turn 1 through turn 2, and he's through already out of turn 3. But now he's not going to be the one having to attack. He'll be having to defend, and on the attack is Tramnitz. Round the outside of Tuukka Tappinen goes Tim Tramnitz from P13. He's now up into P3 in this race. Great driving by the German.
It looks like Wirtz has relinquished the inside line down to turn 1 in favour of just dropping in behind and not losing a position to Giusti, because now Wirtz will have the DRS down towards turn 4, but Giusti's licking his lips here. He's thinking, come on guys, let's just go side by side through a corner and then I can pick up 2 places in 1. But it looks like a good exit for Stromstead. Wirtz now the one struggling.
Alessandro Giusti now trying to get a place here on Charlie Wirtz. Noah Stromstead has gone through, and Alessandro Giusti might be about to do the same. Round the outside, brilliant driving from the Frenchman, and he is up another place. Alessandro Giusti into P7. Here comes Mari Boyer defending in that white Campos all the way to the inside, and Wirtz is going to try and get himself back in the points and get 2 places in the process. He goes down the inside of Christian Ho. This could help Mari Boyer on the exit. We're almost 3 wide. Will we see Mari Boyer shoot past them both on the exit? He's going to be side by side now with Christian Ho down to turn 4.
Lovely birthday present for Boyer there. 2 places for the price of 1 there effectively. All he had to do was get a good exit and get past both of those cars. Lovely driving all the way from 20th. That's Boyer up to 8th place now. Brilliant driving.
It'll be back-to-back feature race wins for Rafael Camara. Pole, win and fastest lap. It's another perfect day for the Brazilian driver.
Bravo, Rafa. Masterclass riding, mate. Masterclass. Bravo, Rafa. That was a race. Come on. Yeah. We did it.
Back-to-back feature race wins for the Ferrari Driver Academy member. Callum Boyes in 2nd place, Tim Tramnitz in 3rd place. We will be back for round 3 at Imola on the 17th and 18th of May, where it gets very busy for the European season. And we are go for the sprint race here at Imola. Solid start for Bruno Delpino. He will lead us down towards Tamburello for the first time. Tim Tramnitz slotted in behind, and he's going to immediately challenge his teammate on the brakes in towards Tamburello, trying to go down the inside, but a stern defence from the Spaniard, and Delpino will lead us down to the Villeneuve chicane in 3rd place in the white Campos. That is Mari Boyer, and he has the Prema Racing cars in behind him. He's got one of the Red Bull Juniors slotted right in behind, which is Nicolas Solov. Then comes the Premas of Noel Leon and Ugo Ugachukwu, and straight away we've got one of the ARTs going wide, which is the number 7 of Lawrence Van Hoopen, but out of Toza. It looks like everyone is away safely, Piers Pryor.
Pretty clean start actually from all 30 drivers on the grid. Linus Stern at the front of the field. The 2 MPs pulling an early gap as they slotted in after turn 1 and 2, but Solov's right in there. He's looking to try and take that record-breaking win. He'll be strong later in the race, although the MPs have looked very, very solid, especially on the slightly longer runs this weekend so far.
Yellow flag is out, so someone has hit some trouble somewhere, but up through Variante Outer, and they fire their way over those curbs. A great sight in Formula 3, and now we're going to come down to the challenge. That is the Ravazza section. Nicolas Solov under some pressure there in 4th place. He's got Noel Leon behind him, who took the checkered flag first here last year, so do watch out for him. Rafa Camara, let's see if he can have anything. We've got the number 23 of Callum Boyes in there, almost picking up some front wing damage. He was trying a very ambitious move there. Here we go, down the start-finish straight now. Are we about to see a change here? And Noel Leon could be coming under pressure in that red and white Prema. His teammate right behind him, and there goes Ugachukwu. Here comes for the lead, though, Tim Tramnitz, and he hits the front of this Formula 3 sprint race at Imola.
Yeah, Tramnitz making use of DRS, so seeing a similar pattern that we saw last year. The drivers that don't have DRS, very much vulnerable to the drivers behind them within 1 second, as we've got side-by-side background. That's Sharp, who's made his way past Ugachukwu, and Leon also passed on Belinsky. Ugachukwu right in the slipstream of his teammate ahead here, uses DRS, goes to the outside as we see the often favoured move. That's because the drivers defend the inside, or fighting with the car through the middle of the Tamburello chicane, but gets the move done.
We have one of the AIX cars next. That's Nicola Marinangeli, who has pulled over to the side.
His right rear wheel sitting on the grass the side of circuit, and then Marinangeli stranded on the grass.
And the safety car comes out.
Will this give us a reason why Marinangeli potentially lost that wheel? He's either already started to feel something's not quite right, or that trip through the gravel has dislodged something. It's hard to tell at this angle. It looks like that wheel was attached at that stage and then made a bid for freedom on the exit of Toza.
He's gone through the gravel at some speed there, and possibly that's caused something to go wrong. On to lap 9 we go as they fire their way past the pit wall, and Nicolas Solov has the run on Mari Boyer, the Red Bull Junior, going by the white Campos, and Nicolas Solov is going to get his way onto the podium places, or is he? Mari Boyer braver on the brakes, and he holds on to third place, Piers.
Wow, brilliant defensive move there from Boyer. Looked like the move was done from Solov, but Boyer just rolled off the brakes. I think Boyer might have an issue. Yes, he's slowing down. We saw something similar to this with Leonardo Fornaroli last year, but looks like he's just lacking power at this stage. We'll keep an eye on that for now, but it puts Solov up to third and Sharp into fourth place. He's had a brilliant race. He's up 4 or 5 positions now, and he's looking at the back of Solov for a podium.
We may see that safety car straight back out onto the circuit because Matthias Zagazzetta is off.
Oh, he's gone off very early, and that front right is not attached the way it should be, flapping around. So that would suggest to me there's been some sort of contact down towards the Tamburello chicane. He was on the right-hand side of the circuit, but with damage to the right-hand side of the car. He just squeezed me onto the grass. I couldn't do anything. We don't know who he is yet.
We are back green here at Imola once again for round 3. Tim Tramnitz has left his MP Motorsport teammate Bruno Del Pino behind, who's got the pressure now of Nicolas Solov there. Our championship leader, Rafael Camara, trying to get himself into the points as he challenges Santiago Ramos, but Tramnitz, a great restart for him. DRS will be open at the end of this lap. You've got to be within a second to use it, but it's Tramnitz from Del Pino. Solov is the Red Bull Junior. Louis Sharp trying to get his first podium, and then it's Ugochukwu and Leon next behind that, with Roman Belinsky after that. A tidy restart from all of them, and you'd have to say any one of those top 6 could win this one.
We've got a 10-second penalty, as you can see at the top of the screen, for Voisin for causing that collision with Zagazzetta. So not a good race for Voisin. He's last of the running drivers as Leon goes wide.
Yeah, off the track is Noel Leon, and he was in a fight with Roman Belinsky. Roman Belinsky has gone through, and Noel Leon has gone backwards.
Again, a late dive up the inside.
But that was Tappanen. That was Tappanen. So Belinsky's already gone through.
Yeah.
Tappanen goes down the inside, and Leon goes wide. Possibly the closest is Belinsky to Ugochukwu, and in the background, Stromsted right on the back of Tappanen. Moving coming there. Belinsky had to think about it on Ugochukwu, but Stromsted is going to go by Tappanen, and that is a change for 7th place. That move was coming, and Stromsted goes through. We ride on board with Roman Belinsky there, all over the runoff curve on the exit. Downhill, and there's a mistake. The pressure tactics have worked. Ugochukwu runs wide. Roman Belinsky goes through. He's into P5.
Ugochukwu just got a bit wide, and he's got a lot of gravel and dirt on his tyres. He's dropped well down the order. Ugochukwu is going to be down towards the back end of the top 10. He joins in 7th. We go to the bumpy first apex of Aqua Minerale. That's almost exactly what Indra Puvazak did in qualifying yesterday, but somehow just managed to keep it mostly under control and continue on, but loses positions to both Belinsky and Stromsted.
Italy's very kind to him. He took his first Formula 3 win in the Monza sprint race last year, and now he is going to return to the top step of the podium here at Imola. It will be a first win of the 2025 season for Tim Tramnitz as he comes across the line to lead a first 1-2 for MP Motorsport. Bruno Del Pino in 2nd place to take his first Formula 3 podium.
Yes, Tim, yes, good job, really good race. P1 and very good job with Renault P2. Very good team effort. Yes, guys. Important.
Tim Tramnitz was the one who came to the flag first, leading home his MP Motorsport teammate Bruno Del Pino. Well done to them. Nicolas Solov finishing in 3rd place. Tim Tramnitz 16 points back now from Camara. Stromsted 3rd, Solov 4th. And Bruno Del Pino leaps straight up to 12th place in the standings with that result. And we are go for the feature race in round 3. Someone a little bit slow away in the background, but certainly out front it is neck and neck between Camara and Ramos as they head down towards Tamburello for the first time, and Ramos is taking the fight to pole sitter Camara, and he's taking the lead away from Camara. Brilliant driving from the Mexican, and he will lead us down to the Villeneuve chicane for the first time. Camara trying to take the lead back straight away. He's going to go down the inside into Villeneuve, but Ramos holds strong strong, holds the lead, and we have a change straight away. Looks like Tuukka Taponen is the driver in third place, Louis Sharp in fourth.
Yeah, Sharp's made a position up there. We see Boyer going side by side, but I think that's one of the Red Bull cars, either Tramnitz or Solov further back down the field, but a brilliant move around the outside of turn number 2 for Ramos. Kamara just a little bit wary of his championship position, gave Ramos a bit more space than maybe would have seen earlier in the year, but still in a good position, second place, but Ramos, I reckon, has the pace. Belinsky having a look up the inside of Aqua Minerale. That would have been a bold move. Was a fairly even start from the front. Actually, the first 2 rows, everyone away pretty much the same speed. Side by side, they went down, as we see. I think that's Ugachuku. No, it was one of the... yeah, it was Ugachuku getting forced onto the grass on the inside. When we go down towards turn 1, Ramos braked in the middle of the road, squeezed Kamara to the apex. Really good driving there, right on the limit of grip through there, and that's what allowed us to take the lead.
Great shot this, as we see them all filing through. You've got to really attack that curb and, well, attack the camera.
This is our first real overtaking opportunity for Kamara. He's closer than he was a lap ago. DRS is open. He'll have a big slipstream down towards the chicane at Tamburello. Goes to the outside. Can he repeat the move that Ramos did on him? Didn't even need to. He was ahead before the apex, and he's through. Can he unleash that pace that he's had in practice and qualifying now?
Rafa Kamara to the front of this feature race. Ramos had absolutely nothing in response there.
Fairly regulation DRS pass, but it was all done in the final sector, actually, if I'm honest. Kamara got within about 3 or 4 tenths coming out of the last corner, and that pretty much gave him a slam dunk move.
Louis Sharp is under threat in fourth place. Is Noah Stromstead about to go by him? Let's have a look in the background. Here they come. Louis Sharp feels the pressure, and there comes the move from Noah Stromstead down the inside into Tamburello, and that's a change for P4. The Tridents are getting quicker in this race. Noah Stromstead looking to go for a podium finish.
We're seeing some DRS battling further back.
This is the McLaren Junior of Brando Badouer being challenged here by Laurens Van Hoopen, and Van Hoopen, who could do with some points on the board, gets a little bit closer to that top 10. That's a move done for Laurens Van Hoopen.
This into Aqua Minerale. Kamara pushing on clearly and running wide on the exit of Aqua Minerale.
Here we go in the background, and this is very, very close because Taponen looking vulnerable here, down to Tamburello. Watch Stromstead, he's got the DRS open, they're going to come into view any second now. Are they going to be side by side? Not quite, but I tell you what, Belinsky is. There's a change up the road, and there's a change for P5, and we had the onboard view of Belinsky going through, and the view for change of third up ahead. Great driving from the Polish driver. He's passed his teammate for fifth, and further up, Stromstead is into P3. Into Ravazza, there goes Giusti in the blue Williams colours, and we've got contact there and possible damage for Delpino, front wing damage for him, and that could be a pit stop having to be made for Bruno Delpino.
Yeah, that was Delpino just getting into the back of Solov. Solov looks like he may have got away with that without damage, but certainly some front wing damage on the front end of Delpino. Just a bit unfortunate there. It was a miscommunication in terms of timing, and we can see confirmation of that front wing damage.
Are we going to see a safety car out because Ivan Dominguez has come to a stop? That's a real shame for Ivan Dominguez. He's had a really difficult weekend so far. We don't quite know what happened to Ivan Dominguez. I think we may be about to find out.
Slow, just going side by side through Tamburello. That was contact with the AIX car. We go side by side at the start finish. That's Giusti. He's managed to get himself past the number 2 of Leon, and looking to go through as well is Solov. Was Solov ahead before the yellow flag?
Yes.
As the virtual safety car comes out, that couldn't have been timed worse for Leon.
Yeah, there was yellow flags out there, wasn't there? It's whether they were ahead when they got to that point. Virtual safety car is out. Ivan Dominguez walks away from his car.
I think we're green again, so we've got a challenge for the lead here. DRS not enabled, but right under the rear wing of our leader is Ramos.
Here he goes to the outside, Santiago Ramos. Can't quite get the move done, but indeed, virtual safety car ended.
We keep an eye further back as Boyer's only 2 tenths off the back of the road in there of Belinsky. We're going to have another opportunity for a move here. Boyer up the inside.
Down the inside he goes, and Mari Boyer will just cruise by and get himself into 5th place. Great driving from the Spaniard. He's now cleared both the Road in Motorsport cars from P10 to P5 in this race. This should be close enough to execute a move. He has the DRS wide open, and now Kamara is defending for all it's worth in towards the Tamburello chicane, and Santiago Ramos will now go through and take the feature race lead back from Rafa Kamara. Great driving from Ramos. He was patient in his approach there, and now he gets himself back into the lead of the race.
Are we seeing,
Stromsted's in second now, and we're hearing that was something that Stromsted had just allowed Kamara to go through. So Stromsted is now into second.
Is this where Kamara came through? So we're looking at Kamara now.
Not fight with your teammate now. Do not fight with your teammate. Keep calm.
Ah.
So he made a mistake and then let him go.
So it wasn't a team orders situation. It was another mistake on the exit of Aqua Minerale there for Kamara. We saw a smaller version of that mistake earlier in the race, which allowed Ramos to get close.
Alessandro Giusti trying to get himself into seventh. He has a chance of P6. Roman Belinsky doing a really good job to hold off these two, but he's now vulnerable. We're going to go 3 wide into Tamburello here. Tramnitz down the outside of Roman Belinsky. He's taking Giusti with him, and that's going to be 2 places lost for Belinsky. Tramnitz goes into P6. Giusti up into P7. Solov next along. We ride on board with Belinsky now, who's now going to have to be in his mirrors because Solov could be down the inside here. Santiago Ramos doing a really good job. He's held off the challenges of Noah Stromsted, who just needs 1 more lap to do it. He's 1 lap too short. It's going to be a DRS battle to the line, but out front it will be Santiago Ramos who wins for Van Amersfoort Racing here at Imola. Noah Stromsted 0.2 of a second at the line, loses out with second place.
Mega job, mate. Mega. Come on! You know what? This time there's no Los Mexicanos. This time I just want to thank you guys. Thank you for all the job. Last 2 days have been horrific for us. We had many problems, but we all deserve it. Thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you.
Well done, Santiago Ramos, his first feature race win, and I'm sure not his last. And 2 Tridents up there as well on their home race, Noah Stromsted and Rafa Kamara. That is all. Rafa Kamara leads the standings from Stromsted, Tramnitz, Tappinen and Ramos. In just a few days' time, we will be back for Monaco and round 4 of the season. We'll go for the sprint race, and immediately Martini Stenchorn is straight into the lead. Alessandro Giusti with a terrible start, dropping to P4, and Martini Stenchorn takes advantage, goes through into the lead, and the 2 ART drivers, Lorenz Van Hoopen and Tuukka Tappinen, go through into second and third. Giusti now has an uphill battle as they make their way through Massenet and Casino. Sat there in P5 is Tim Tramnitz. We can see Rafa Kamara with the green front wing trying to get down the inside of Noel Leon into Mirabeau. That's a brave move from the championship leader, but he's made it stick. Oh, and down the inside, that's the Prema car of Noel Leon trying to get back down the inside of Rafa Kamara. Side by side battling here on the first lap, Gary Paffett.
Yeah, incredible battle. Oh, just touched the wall there with contact with Sharp, I think that was.
Yeah, that's Noel Leon. I think he's got damage.
Yeah, there's definitely some damage there. But yeah, Alessandro Giusti just didn't get it off the line. And yeah, he will be really ruining that mistake.
Well, we're going to see an immediate safety car, if not worse.
Safety car is out. Safety car is out. So they're going to slow down now. And let's try and clear them cars out of the way.
And that's what happened to Noel Leon. So we did see he was side by side with the likes of Kamara. There was a Rodin car in there as well, and Noel Leon is out. That's Lacorte,
yeah, which is stopped just entering the tunnel. So he, I'm assuming, has been caught up in an incident as well. He seemed to move initially and then just bogged down. So whether he didn't have enough throttle on or whether the car just bogged down. But yeah, he's now fallen back into P4, I think that is.
What a joke! What a joke!
All right, this is Callum Voisin's view, and we're going to see the move ahead for Kamara.
Yeah, great, really brave move down the inside there. And Voisin's going to take advantage. Oh, a bit of a contact there with Voisin. Now going around the outside of the hairpin. And we see Kamara side by side there. Voisin goes down the inside. And, oh, he's ridden over the top of Noel Leon's car there, which is potentially how that car got damaged. Yeah,
and that's put Noel Leon out of the race. And Callum Voisin into the wall. That's what happened to Nicola Lacorte. Oh, well, that's what caused that incident.
He overshoot the corner and drove into me completely. Hey.
Okay, so
Look at
Lecorte in the
back of
pink,
screen here, yeah.
and Dominguez is going to come down the inside.
Yeah, it was the lightest of touches, yeah.
That might have been Ramos who attempted to make that move, possibly. Solov, right. And he's on pole position for tomorrow. What could this be for?
Yeah, well, they're removing the engine cover, so clearly there's some problems with maybe overheating, or maybe they've got a misfire or something like that. So difficult to know at the moment, but certainly, clearly there's a problem.
Martini Stenchorn takes us across the line. We are green in this FIA Formula 3 sprint race at Monaco, and Martini Stenchorn takes us up towards Sandivot for the first time at full racing speed on the restart. Tuukka Tappinen in second, Lorenz van Hoopen in third, Alessandro Giusti is P4, and then Tim Tramnitz is fifth. We can see Rafael Camara with the green front wing there, our championship leader. He's got Mari Boyer sat just in behind him in the white Campos as they come down towards Miraboum. Mari Boyer looks like he wants a move there. He's right in behind Camara. DRS is down at the start-finish straight. You've got to be within 1 second of the driver ahead to have that contact between Callum Voisin and Mari Boyer. Only minor contact. Should have got away with that one, but that's Callum Voisin quite literally knocking on the door of 8th place. And this was the tap from Voisin.
Yeah, just a little bit too late on the brakes, heading down to Mirabeau there, and just a small touch.
Bruno Del Pino in the orange MP. And Brando Badaware runs slightly wide.
It's easy just to try and switch off sometimes around these circuits and let the car drift a bit wide and just run into a barrier. So you've got to stay focused all of the time, as we see Callum Voisin really pushing now on the back of Boyer.
Yeah, a 40-pounder gap on the outside towards the back corner. Look at this. This is great stuff between Voisin. Boyer just ahead, almost into the back of Mari Boyer goes Callum Voisin. And Mari Boyer is really feeling the pressure here of Callum Voisin. He's not alone either. He's got a queue of Rodin Motorsport cars behind him, because Louis Sharp is there, Roman Bielinski is there as well, Ugo Ugochukwu, the other McLaren Junior, right there as well, up towards Sandivot corner. And this is going to be the opportunity for Callum Voisin. Can't quite get through, but the pressure continues to mount all the time, and Callum Voisin piling it on. Stromstead is in the pit lane.
It looks like the left front tyre, and obviously damage to the front wing as well. So he'll be pulling up to his team, and whether they're going to go out again or not, we'll have to wait and see.
So he will drop to third in the championship with this result.
Yeah, he heads down towards turn 1 here, Stromstead, in the DRS of the cars behind.
That's Dufek
goes
ahead of
down
him.
The inside, and yeah, he's gone over the curb.
So this is Stromstead down the inside of Dufek. And I think that's Brad Benavides ahead, and that's where the puncture comes.
Yeah, exactly. So he's damaged the front wing there, and also that left front tyre, I believe, or the left rear.
All right, Gerard G on Nicola Marinangeli.
That was a great pass there. Yeah, a really good pass. Really late braking. Really made the corner. I thought he might overshoot the corner there, but no, we've got the car stopped really well.
Well, we talked about the championship. Stromstead came in to retire after he picked up that puncture, and he will lose second in the championship with that. Tim Tramnitz will move up, and this will be a great result for the Red Bull Junior. There he is, the first of them in queue. Benavides has made his move on Ugochukwu, so move to 12th. Martini Stenchorn, what a drive it's been for him. He won his first Formula 3 race a year ago at Melbourne in the sprint race, and now it will be a return to the top step as Martini Stenchorn takes his first win of the 2025 season, and it will be a double podium for ART Grand Prix. Tuukka Tappinen back on the podium, and Lorenz van Hoopen, a year on from his last visit to the Formula 3 podium, is back there in third place.
Well done, mate. Masterclass. Very well done. Come on, guys. Good race. Yeah, we needed to get first. We deserve that after yesterday. Thank you.
Let's have a look. There was some changes between the Rodin drivers, it looks like. This was Voisin trying to get past Boyer, and then Sharp went through.
Yeah, exactly. Sharp just taking opportunity there. Boyer just really slow at the apex of the Nouvelle chicane there, and Callum Voisin just ran into the back of him. lost all the momentum, and Louis Sharp just taking advantage of that and taking a point off him.
This is the result of your sprint race. Martinius Stenchorn takes his first win of the 2025 season. Tuka Tappinen and Lawrence Van Hoopen second and third. Giusti fourth. Tramnitz, Wirtz, Kamara only seventh, and Boyer, Sharp and Voisin round out your point scorers. Celebrations on the podium on sprint race Saturday. It will be all eyes to the feature race tomorrow, where Nicola Sola will be looking for a record-breaking win. We will have more points and possible big changes available in the championship. And we are go here in Monaco in FIA Formula 3. Roman Belinsky coming over immediately there to cover off Mari Boyer, who cuts across the inside of the corner. Nicola Solov leading us up. Beau Rivage and Massenet for the first time. We're side by side for second and third, and that is Callum Voisin trying to get down the inside of the white Campos there. The black and white road in of Voisin trying to take third place away from the Campos driver, who's hard defending and locking up as they come through Mirabeau for the first time. Gary
Yeah,
Puffett.
we saw these two, Voisin and Boyer, fighting really hard for a lot of the race yesterday. And Boyer, as we said about going turn one, going across contact, Kamara just running into the back of one of the ART cars, in the hairpin, but getting away with that.
Right, let's look back at the race start. Roman Belinsky in particular defending second place.
Yeah, he came across really sharp on the start to try and get in front of Boyer. Maybe he didn't get a great launch. He didn't get a great launch, and actually Boyer had to come out of the throttle there. And with Belinsky just locking up, Boyer didn't have room at the apex, so decided to go across the corner. As you see, an overhead shot here, just going inside the curb, and actually got in front of Belinsky, and then obviously let that place go on the way up the hill.
Well, there were a few drivers who took that route.
My gosh, I almost crashed. I saw that.
Yeah, I noted Stenchorn, Giusti as well. Stromsted, I think, also went that route. Let's have a look from Boyer's perspective.
Yeah, on board. Yeah, Belinsky just coming across quite aggressively there. And as they head up, he's just going to run out of room there quite quickly. So taking the sensible decision just to get out of that.
Stenchorn had to take a similar route. Let's see why.
Yeah, he had a bit of wheel spin off the line there. But again, it all gets compressed up until turn one. And he's not even attempted to go around the corner, which some of them do just to stay out of trouble. Like I say, the race directors are pretty lenient on the guys in turn one round here.
Yeah, and decided to actually give that place to Rafa Kamara, I think, just to avoid any chance of a penalty, and then went round the outside. And made contact with Kamara through Casino.
Bruno Delpino in the pits there. It looks like retiring from the race.
That's a shame. Shake of the head from Bruno Delpino. He's gone from being on the podium a week ago to retiring in the feature race here. That's Delpino. Yeah,
that's what happened to him. That's where he lost a chunk of his front wing, I think. But no further damage to anyone else, luckily.
Yeah, so that's why Delpino's out the race. Gerard G has a puncture. That's a shame for him. He's going to come into pit lane now. The high-tech driver, Belinsky, fastest lap of the race, and you get an extra point for that. This is Gerard G, though, the high-tech driver coming in. A puncture to the front left there. Solov has gone, hasn't he? 4 seconds up the road. 1:26.1, and a lot of it happened in the last lap. He was 2 seconds quicker than Belinsky. He felt the pressure, and he bolted.
He did, and I think it's also down to Belinsky just obviously making a mistake, because he's dropped back into the clutches of Boyer now, who is in DRS range.
Lacorte, it goes from bad to worse. What a miserable Monaco weekend it's been for Nicola Lacorte. This is the reason for the penalty for Benavides.
Yeah, so he's gone across to Nouvelle chicane there and maintained that advantage.
Give me space. I was ahead of payback.
Oh no, Leon off. Now he was in the points, and that is going to be a safety car, surely. Yeah, it's down at Portier, and that's a real shame for Noel Leon, who was on to score some points in this race, but that is no longer the case, and he walks away from the car.
Just behind Wirtz, there's a big queue of cars now. There's a big gap appeared between Tramritz and Wirtz now, as he is struggling with the damage to that front wing and a possible puncture.
Look at this as he comes through the tunnel. That's Lawrence Van Hoopen trying to get to the outside. Oh, big lock up there for Charlie Wirtz, who goes straight over the Nouvelle chicane, and he cannot deal with that car. He needs to come into the pit lane. Charlie Wirtz now is causing a huge queue behind him, and he just cannot drive that car. I don't know if he's trying to carry on, but surely he can't keep going like this. This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Charlie Wirtz is just dangerous now.
Yeah, exactly. That's not safe. And as I say, the queue of cars behind, all trying to jostle for position behind Wirtz now. It's causing kind of... he's gone wide. He's hit the wall there. So, yeah, he's in the barrier.
Charlie Wirtz into the barriers, and it was only a matter of time. Straight into the barriers there, up through Massenet, and we're going to have another safety car now. Well, Charlie Wirtz, I don't know if it was a case of he didn't get the message, he couldn't turn into the pit lane, but now and we got more contact. Alessandro Giusti, the number 9 there of James Wharton, making contact with him, and it's caused a complete mix-up with Charlie Wirtz in the middle of the pack, who've all shuffled places. Oh no, we got Brando Badouer round. So that's 2 Prema cars off at Portier, and he'll go and join Noel Leon. This is what happens to Brando Badouer. This is going to be the contact. The blue Williams and James Wharton make contact there, and then Brando Badouer in the background may come into some problems as well.
Yeah, this was difficult. Just cars going at very different angles, trying to get around the hairpin there. So hopefully there's no puncher being picked up by Alessandro Giusti, and he'll be on his way hopefully.
Badouer is going to come spinning into shot there. It was the 27 of Marinangeli, I think, made contact.
Yeah, completely hit by an idiot.
Kamara might have an issue. Yes, he has. He's dropped out of the top 10. Dufek into the points. Oh, there's a wheel off. It's for Kamara. It's our championship leaders out the race. Wow. Drama at the end of this Formula 3 race once again. And what on earth has happened to Kamara? It's falling apart quite literally for the Trident team. Wirtz is out the race, Stromstead is out the points, and our championship leader Kamara is out of the race.
Just coming through the exit of the swimming pool, and the wheel has just come loose. It's just come off the car. So we haven't seen the nut come off, but yeah, really strange there. Oh.
It hit Dufek's car. Oh my word. And now out front, he will take a record-breaking 5th win. It's Nicolas Solov, who's first to the flag on Feature Race Sunday here at Monaco.
Come on! Come on! Hey, you deserve it a weekend like this. Mega job, honestly. Oh my! Come on! Oh, what a good way to prove myself, man. I gave it all at the end.
Nicolas Solov takes that record-breaking 5th win. Maximum points with fastest lap out front. Roman Belinsky, his 2nd podium of the season, and Mari Boyer, his 1st to Bert Campos, 1 and 3. Callum Voys in 4th. Tim Tramnitz is now only 13 points behind Rafa Kamara in 5th. Not long to wait before we go racing again. We will get to the halfway point of the season next week. Round 5 at Barcelona in just a few days' time. And we are go for the sprint race here at Barcelona. A slow start of the 2nd row. That looked like for Tuukka Tappinen, but everyone else is away and clear. And in the white and black Rodin car, it's Roman Belinsky leading us into turn 1, or is it? Martini Estenchon dives down the inside. Tramnitz trying to go around the outside. Oh no! Martini Estenchon off and into the path of Roman Belinsky. Tim Tramnitz has a puncture, I think. He's off as well. Drama at the start of this Formula 3 sprint race. Who is left in the lead? It's the number 22, the Portuguese driver. Ivan Dominguez leads us now around turn 4 for the first time. Surely we're going to see a safety car in this race, but the fight continues as Noah Stromstead in the Trident trying to go around the outside of Ivan Dominguez as they make their way down towards 7 for the first time. Oh no, Rafa Kamara The sprint races just do not go well for our championship leader. He's lost his front wing. How on earth did that happen? His front left suspension is folded completely as well.
That's the back of Tappanen's car. There's been heavy damage, so someone has clearly run into the back of him.
What we do know is that Martinius Stenshorn and Roman Belinsky, the drivers who were starting on the front row, came together through turn 2.
Tramnitz second in the championship, out. As is Tuukka Tappanen, fifth in the championship, out. Belinsky, seventh in the championship, out. And our championship leader, out. The driver that stalled there with the flashing lights is Tappanen. He's rolling, but not quick. And there is Kamara, just unsighted. Kamara drives away. We'll see what happens from his point of view. To be honest, I think he was probably looking either in his mirrors or elsewhere because he had enough time to react there. Stenshorn with a bold move up the inside, making it 3 wide. Excellent job there. Belinsky then tries the cutback, and then Tramnitz just trying to hold it around the outside of turn 2. He then has contact to the rear of Stenshorn's car, which then pushes him off into Belinsky, and then the damage from that contact, you can see front right suspension damage for Tramnitz, sees him go off the road.
Out front, Ivan Dominguez leading us, and he's looking in his mirrors already at Noah Stromsted. Can Young, Bruno Del Pino go and get even more points here today? But now he's under attack from his teammate Alessandro Giusti, who goes around the outside and into 9th place.
Louis Sharp recovering after going off the road.
And Giusti again.
Yeah, 2 moves around the outside in 2 corners from Giusti. Brilliant overtaking from Giusti around the outside. He's gained some spaces on this restart. He'd already done the move around the outside, actually, of his teammate Del Pino at this stage, but then goes around the outside once again, using the space to his advantage. Tried to get squeezed there on the outside.
The Van Amersfoort drivers have it hooked up, and Santiago Ramos finds space on the inside of Van Hoopen and goes through into P3. Great driving by the Mexican.
He dives to the inside, a late, decisive move, gets the job done. That is exactly what he would have wanted. A decisive move down into turn 1 from Inter Puvazak. We saw him feint to the outside last time, went to the inside, just about got it stopped, and now Sharp is slowed and will be under pressure from the other of the Campos drivers of Boyer. Boyer's on the inside going in towards turn number 4.
And that's good driving there from Murray Boyer. Do watch out for them as we go through the race. This is a little bit further up. This is Teofil Niall, is it? Fighting with James Wharton, and he's gone through the escape road. This is Wharton, moves to the inside. Teofil Niall goes to the outside in that orange and black Van Amersfoort car, goes around the outside and, takes to the escape road.
I think, unfortunately for Teofil Niall, because he was behind at the apex, I think he's going to have to relinquish that place.
I don't get back the position, please.
There's no gap to give you in terms of this battle on screen. This is Solov going round the outside of Van Hoopen, and that's a great move for Nicolas Solov. That is for 4th place. The battle you are watching on screen, that is one of the championship contenders. 3rd place coming into this race. Nicolas Solov will be 2nd in the championship by the time this race concludes. Alessandro Giusti, the blue Williams Academy car, is going down the outside of James Wharton, and Alessandro Giusti, who almost found himself out of this race, now recovering well. He's back to where he started, so a good job here from Alessandro Giusti, continuing to score points in this championship.
Giusti now into 7th. We've got a move down towards turn 5. That was lovely from Boyer, just well measured. He saw a gap, dived to the apex, got alongside by the apex, and then and completed the move, and actually it looks like he's got much better pace. Leon actually made a mistake through turn 9, which allowed Boyer to get even closer, and I think this is going to be a slam dunk move down towards turn 1. I don't even think Leon is going to defend it. No, he's not. I think he's admitted defeat on this one and would prefer to keep his tyres clean. As Inter Puvazak now looking around the outside into turn 1, can't get the move done.
To Sanapol and Puvazak. Campos racing drivers love that corner. Lunge down the inside. That looked like a big sen.
And that says to me the Campos cars. Wow, that was interesting on the brakes there. Whoa, good move.
Let's watch Murray Boyer, because he's now past James Wharton.
Boyer on the move in this race. A pretty easy move down towards turn 1. DRS pass around the outside. Oh no!
That's Noah Stromsted. Noah Stromsted is slowing. Drama in this Formula 3 race once again. What has happened? Noah Stromsted is coming to a halt. What on earth has happened? Trident are just as confused as we are.
You can see the frustration from Stromstead out of the race. We don't know exactly why yet, but there's no visible damage on that car.
It looks like he's just come to a stop.
It was Ramos that had to take avoiding action, got onto the marbles, went through the gravel. That's actually going to help the likes of Solov, who's going to get closer to the back of Ramos. Solov now into the podium positions.
We got a wheel off. Who's that for? Oh, it's for the number 26. That's our new driver, Jose Garfias. Jose Garfias, on his debut in Formula 3, has a wheel off.
This is when the wheel, Garfias' car, the wheel let loose. It was through the middle of turn 7. You can see the wheel nut coming off this car there, and very lucky not to collect that wheel was the 15 of Carrasquedo, and another driver behind as well. And that wheel came back across the circuit. That is not what we want to see. Unfortunate for Garfias.
Van Amersfoort Racing celebrating 50 years this season. They will be 1 and 2 for the first time in FIA Formula 3, and leading them home, Portugal's Ivan Dominguez, making history as he comes across the line. Well done, Ivan Dominguez, you are a winner in FIA Formula 3. He wins here the sprint race at Barcelona.
Yes, man, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Alex to get the 100 euro bill out of his pocket, Good job.
Ivan Dominguez takes victory out front in a Van Amersfoort Racing 1-2. Congratulations to that team. Nicolas Solov on the podium once again. That's back-to-back podiums for him. Then Van Hoopen, Nile, Giusti, Boyer, Wharton, Intrapuvazak, Noel Leon round out your points finishers. Well done, Van Amersfoort Racing, a very hard-working team who came into this championship 3 years ago, and now they've got their first 1-2 finish, and they're racking up the wins this season as well. The top two in the championship on the front row, a head-to-head coming up. It is Nicolas Solov to the left of screen, Kamara to the right, and we are go for the feature race in Formula 3. A poor start for Nicolas Solov off the outside of the front row there, and it's Kamara who leads us down towards the first corner. Going into second place is Laurens Van Hoopen. The two Van Amersfoort cars side by side there, almost making contact. Someone running wide there, and it is a great start for the top two who make their way round turn 3. Nicolas Solov has been swallowed up by the pack. Let's pick out exactly where he is. He's dropped out of the top 5 positions. That's a dreadful start from Solov. Disaster scenario from him, and that's really played into the hands of Kamara now. It's Kamara from Van Hoopen, from Teofil Nile, as they go down to turn 7 for the first time.
On board now is Santiago Ramos. Everyone kinks left to go around Solov, and then it's a train of slipstream down towards turn number 1. Ramos got a good acceleration away there, just actually lifting off a little bit just to keep in the toe and not break formation too early. Tries around the outside of his Van Amersfoort Racing teammate, has a good look, and then decides to go across the painted surface there. We saw in F2, that's very slippery, a couple of drivers spinning around there. That was Stenshawn going around the outside, and you could see he nearly lost the car, didn't he?
Now, he came in, didn't he, to retire, and I wonder if that's where he picked up the damage. I fear something's happened to Jose Garfias and Roman Belinsky. There's our answer. The pair have come together. It goes from bad to worse for Roman Belinsky. He was out in that collision yesterday at turn 2, and he's going to go no further in this race. And a safety car has come out. Not good news for the top 3. Oh,
that was very early on, but that stage Garfias has already had no front wing, and the Dams car was lucky to get involved, or not to get involved. So we'll see how that initiated earlier on, but it looks like the evidence would suggest that Garfias...
This guy just drove into me. I mean, people are just so goddamn stupid.
Rafa Kamara, who's had a perfect start to this race so far, now takes us down the start-finish straight and down towards the first corner. He's got Laurens Van Hoopen chasing a first win behind him. We're side by side. Martini Stenchon, brilliant move to go into 4th place. He's ticked off another driver there and goes by Tuukka Tappinen, one of the top 5 in the championship. And Martini Stenchon wants a win today. That's brilliant driving from the McLaren Junior in the background. This is Nicolas Solov on a recovery mission, and he is fighting with Ivan Dominguez, and that's going to be 7th place for Nikola Solov, so he can see the opportunity to get himself up the standings here. He's 10 points away from Rafa Kamara, so this is a recovery drive now from Nikola Solov, who started on the front row, has dropped down the top 10, but now into 7th place as over the curbs goes Louis Sharp there, fighting with Bruno Delpina. Oh, who's that slowing to the right? That's Tuukka Tappinen.
Oh.
Tuukka Tappinen has gone through the cut through now. Does he have a problem, or is he just made a mistake? Tuukka Tappinen slowing down, isn't he? I think he has an issue of some sort, because Tuukka Tappinen is slowing down. He's getting out of the way of the field, and that is disaster for Tuukka Tappinen. What a shame for Tuukka Tappinen, who appears to be carrying some sort of issue. This looks like an attack coming from the Williams Jr., Alessandro Giusti, who's going to go by Martini Estenchon. He knows he can do nothing to defend this move, and the MP Motorsport driver will go by and into 4th place. Alessandro Giusti on for one of his best results. He was in the top 5 at Monaco, and he's there again. Our winner from yesterday, Ivan Dominguez, fresh from taking his first win and a first for Portugal, goes through on Martini Estenchon. There was a lot of support for him yesterday. What a win it was. Oh, contact there, and Brando Badaware has been turned around by Nicola Lacorte, who has 11 points on his licence, and Nicola Lacorte has gone into the pack of Brando Badaware, out of the race. Nicola Lacorte, all he needs really is a clean season now, and that is not going to help at all.
Let's watch here. So Lacorte in the pink car behind Badaware. Badaware moved fairly aggressively, but then at that point, I think that's all, unfortunately, on Lacorte. Yeah, it was an aggressive move from Badaware, but he got straight, and before the braking, he did actually brake in a straight line. I think he moved before he braked, and then, unfortunately, you ran into the back of him from my perspective.
It is going to be a sprint to the line, down to the first corner, and Teofil Nile wants that first win, and he goes on the attack straight away of Laurens van Hoopen. A brave move round the outside, perfect execution for Teofil Nile. 1 down, 1 to go, and Teofil Nile into 2nd place as he looks to try and give Van Amersfoort Racing a famous double win. Can he do it? That's 1 down. He's now up into 2nd place. Side by side we go between the two Campos cars. Oh, and a big slide for Tsanopol Intrapuvazak, who goes around the bollard there and rejoins once again side by side with Mari Boyer.
There's no way he'll be able to keep that place. He went round the outside, or attempted to, of his teammate at turn 1, took to the escape road, nearly lost the car, and then came back on the road from going around the bollards and took the position. So in my opinion, he took the position off the road. I'm sure Boyer will be all over the team radio saying, get my teammate out of the way, he's passed me illegally.
Van Hoopen does not have DRS, Giusti does. There could be a position swap here for the final place on the podium. Watch the Williams Academy car go sweeping by Laurens van Hoopen, and that is a change for 3rd place on the last lap of this race. Alessandro Giusti on to the podium places. Rafa Kamara, what a drive it's been out front. A record-breaking 4th pole on Friday, and now he will take his 3rd win of the Formula 3 season to extend his lead in this championship.
Yes! Bravissimo. Well done, my friend. It was a tough one. You did an amazing job. We're all extremely proud of you, my friend. Bravo, Rafa. Thank you.
Let's go through this provisional top 10. Rafa Kamara, your winner, ahead of Teofil Nile, Alessandro Giusti, Laurens van Hoopen, Nikola Solov, Ivan Dominguez, and then Tim Tramnitz, Noah Stromstedt, Martinius Estenchon, Callum Voisin. Kamara has a 26-point lead in the championship race. Now, that is all for round 5. We're at the halfway point of this Formula 3 season. Round 6 will be at the Red Bull Ring on the 28th and 29th of June. To the left of screen, Alessandro Giusti. To the right, James Wharton. We are go for the sprint race at Red Bull Ring, and a perfect launch for James Wharton. He leads us up towards turn 1 for the first time. Alessandro Giusti right behind him in the all black. Ugo Ugachukwu trying to go around the outside of Charlie Wirtz, and he looks like he's pulled off the move. Charlie Wirtz trying to hold on to that third place, and Brando Badaware in the Papaya trying to get down the inside of his teammate as they head down towards turn 3 for the first time in the Williams Academy colours. That is Alessandro Giusti trying to make a challenge on James Wharton. James Wharton immediately trying to break the toe here of Giusti.
Solov has just gone around the outside there, around out to Del Pino. Oh, and there's a bit of a collision.
Oh,
back.
Tappanen sadly off. His race is over.
Louis Sharp there, which I don't know if he got involved in that incident as well, but obviously he's off on the side of the road now.
It was one of the Dams cars who went down the inside of Louis Sharp and then into the path of Tuukka Tappanen. That's, I believe, what we had happen there. James Wharton leading Alessandro Giusti, Charlie Wirtz, the Austrian, in third place as they head uphill, and Nicolas Solov, high on confidence, makes his way up one more place, and now he's staring at his championship rival Rafa Kamara. Callum Boysin in the black and white Rodin car trying to go back down the inside to retake that 7th place. They are side by side. The Red Bull Junior though is going to go all the way around the outside, and Nicolas Solov, that's the kind of confidence that took him pole position yesterday, and Solov is up to P7. Oh, and that is Brando Badaware surfing out of turn 1, and now his teammate Ugo Ugachukwu is going to use the first of the DRS zones we will have available since this restart to go straight by. Kamara will go by as well, and that's been a costly mistake for Badaware, who goes straight back down the inside. Kamara forced to run wide there, and it's all kicking off. Where's Nicolas Solov going to be in all of this? Are we going to see a Red Bull Junior appear down the inside? We are. So Badaware side by side with Kamara. Solov, where's he going to put his car? He's going to be to the outside, and that means Voisin goes down the inside. It's all kicking off on the restart.
They've all got DRS at the moment because they're all within a second of each other, so there's this massive DRS train, and
that's Del Pino down the inside in contact between Del Pino and Benavides, and who's that's going to appear on the inside? The white Campos is Tisanopol in Trepuvazak, and he could gain about 3-4 places here. Meanwhile, out front, Alessandro Giusti in the MP, who took his first podium last time out, now staring at a possible first win. Here is the aftermath of that contact between Benavides. He is in that AIX, the green rear wing. Del Pino has lost his front wing in the orange MP. So who has appeared in the lead of all of this? I believe it's Tisanopol in Trepuvazak in the white Campos. The other Campos coming through is Mariboya, as Benavides has gone off, and it's all fallen apart for him. Solov and Kamara now side by side. The Red Bull Junior pulls alongside his championship rival on the exit into turn 6. Wait for them to appear. There they are. Solov round the outside and makes the place on Kamara. What a move from Nicolas Solov. Down to turn 4. Kamara wants that place back from Nicolas Solov, and Nicolas Solov's not going to let him have it at all. Gets his elbows out, and Kamara onto the gravel. Elbows out stuff from Nicolas Solov. That was a statement of intent there from Solov in this championship, and Kamara forced back.
So he's on the outside of Solov here, heading down towards turn 4. And did they make contact, or did he just run out of room? No, he just ran out of room there. I don't think they're going to look at that because they didn't make contact, and Solov left him enough room. So Kamara really having to make some time up now after losing a couple of places.
Here we go. This looks very close for Giusti, and I think this is close enough to make a challenge, or is it? No, but Badaware goes down. Oh no, that's not close enough. Badaware's gone into the side of Charlie Wirtz. Oh no, that's not good. Charlie Wirtz, the Austrian driver, trying to get a first podium for the home fans, and Charlie Wirtz facing the wrong way down at turn 3, and the fans there will be head in hands.
Badaware looking to overtake Ugachukwu, and he's just hit the car in front of him. Charlie Wirtz just very innocently in P3 going about his business, and Badaware's just missed the braking point and completely taken Wirtz out of the race and himself.
into the first corner. We are back racing, and Nikola Solov immediately on the attack. He's gone down the inside of Ugo Ugachukwu there, and Nikola Solov getting himself into the podium places. Great driving this from the Red Bull Junior on what he will call home soil, and he's going for it down the inside in towards turn 3, but his teammate goes charging down the outside there. Intrapuvazak is going to run wide, and now that he's going to be side by side with his teammate, it's Campos on Campos down towards turn 4.
Yeah, just got a bit of a run out of turn 1 there. Just didn't quite get the speed on Ugachukwu. And Ugachukwu just defended quite hard on the inside, which blocked Solov off. But now he's back in P4.
Oh, as around the outside, Kamara trying to go by Stenchorn, but that's left the gap open for that Y Campos of Mari Boya to go down the inside, and Kamara is under real threat here of dropping possibly down and out of the points. Meanwhile, further ahead, Nikola Solov, oh, and Kamara, there he goes. Is that out of the top 10 possibly? Going through was Boya, Tramnitz has gone through, and Kamara's now down to P10. So it's sort of, he went 1 step forwards and then 3 steps backwards. Oh, it's down the inside, that's Voisin. Down the inside of Stenchorn. Tramnitz now gets to switch back on Voisin and is side by side briefly with Stenchorn. The leaders look like they're going to stay as they are, but this certainly isn't surely. Tramnitz goes side by side with Stenchorn. Charging down the inside of the pair of them goes Mari Boya. Where did he come from? But James Wharton will go to the top step of the Formula 3 podium for the very first time and put the Australian flag back on top.
Yes, mate, yes! Come on! Come on, mate! Finally! Oh, we deserve! Come on!
A first win and a podium for James Wharton, Alessandro Giusti, back-to-back podiums, and a first podium of the season for Ugo Ugachukwu. Solov, crucial points out of Kamara for him, then Intrapuvazak, Boya, Tramnitz, Stenchorn, Voisin, Kamara, just the 1 point. Championship-wise, we've got a 20 points gap between Kamara and Solov. When we get the feature race pole added for Solov, it's going to be very close. We are go for the feature race, and we have a staller there, which I think was Tisanopol Intrapuvazak in the white Campos, Bruno Del Pino in the orange MP away slowly as well. But from the front row, we've got Nikola Solov away clearly, and I think slight damage possibly for championship leader Rafa Kamara. He had a bit of contact with someone. It looks like he's going away okay, but certainly the top 2 away and clear. We've got Solov from Benavides and Stromstead. The top 3 are away, and Kamara, you can see the green front wing of him going side by side with Brando Badaware as they go through turn 3. Kamara and Badaware side by side into turn 4.
Up to turn 3, and he'll have DRS over Benavides. He's gone to the outside. Yeah, I think he's going to be in front of Ugo, also going to the outside as well. So a lot of position changing here.
Yep, Ugo, after losing out on that podium yesterday, wants one today. He's gone to the outside of Stromstead. Round the outside he goes of Benavides. It looks like one of the Red Bull juniors ran wide in the background, which was Tim Tramnitz. But meanwhile, this is the battle for second. The leader well clear out front. It's Stromstead to the left of screen. To the right is Ugo Ugachukwu. And then we've got the green livery there of Rafa Kamara. He's the second of the Tridents, going side by side with Callum Voisin in that black and white Rodin car. Voisin taking it to the championship leader, trying to go around the outside, and Benavides still ahead of Kamara, or is he? Kamara sticks one to the inside there in towards turn 7, and that is Kamara by Benavides and up to P4. Ugo Ugachukwu looking to the outside there of Noah Stromstead, and you almost don't want to be leading this train now because you're dealing with the entire pack. Kamara and Stromstead appear to have swapped places. So Kamara is into the podium places and Benavides is off into the gravel. Oh dear, well he started on the front row and now he is out of the points positions. That's a real shame.
Maximum respect between the two teammates. Maximum respect between the two teammates.
Yeah, Kamara just on the outside. They're getting a run on the outside. He made a good move. It was a good move down the outside.
Here comes Kamara down the inside of Ugachukwu into turn 3, but he's gone a little bit wide there, and Ugachukwu will go straight back. If they can work together Is there a way they can get this lead back? Because they've got that DRS, which is so powerful between them. Ugachukwu, though, he wants his first podium, but Kamara wants to get after the leader and sends one down at turn 4 and will get second place. So Kamara now up into P2.
Great move by Noah Stromstead in front to go around the outside of Ugo Ugachukwu into turn 4. And now that gives Rafa Kamara a bit of a buffer there now in P2.
There's all sorts of moves going on. Mari Boyer is going to be side by side with Brando Badaware, and Tim Tramnitz is going to take advantage on the exit. The pair of them went too deep into the corner, and Tim Tramnitz gets the cut back on the exit and goes by into 7th place. That was good driving. Tim Tramnitz using his experience there to read that situation, and he's gone through to 7th place. Let's go back to the battle on track. Mari Boyer makes a move on Callum Voisin, and he's having quite the weekend. It wasn't the qualifying he would have wanted. The now Aston Martin Aramco Driver Academy driver, he's giving the push signal there to Callum Voisin, say let's work together. Oh, Ugachukwu, a ambitious move there on Noah Stromstead as Voisin's out off into the gravel, and now he's going to drop behind Teofil Niall. Ugachukwu behind him. Here comes the American, looking to the outside on the brakes, and now Stenshorn fancies that gap on the inside, and that's a great overtake for Stenshorn. Well, Ugachukwu was trying to make the move on the outside but left the door open, and now Stenshorn is going to look to the outside. 2 in 2 corners will it be for the McLaren back driver? Yes, it will, and the high-tech driver is now into the podium places. Tim Tramnitz will be side by side, no doubt, into turn 4. Tramnitz looks to the outside in the background. Mari Boyer has that orange and black Van Amersfoort car looking to the outside, but let's ride on board, Gary, with Tim Tramnitz.
Yeah, Tim Tramnitz just heading down to turn 6 on the outside. Is he going to send it around the outside? He is, and he's got the grip. Look at the progress he's making, and makes that stick round the outside of turn 6.
Another thing people have to be careful of is track limits. Oh, then there we go, just as I say that, because that can happen. And that is Stromstead running wide out of the final corner, and Tim Tramnitz released, and now Ugachukwu is going to look to the outside of Stromstead going up to turn 1. Can he get the cutback on the exit? We're surely going to be side by side. Yes, we are. In that black livery, the Prema Racing driver, Ugachukwu, is going to look to the inside, and up ahead, fellow McLaren back driver Martinius Stenshorn goes through on Rafa Kamara, and Stromstead, dirty tyres, is now struggling to get that car slowed down into turn 3, and he's going to lose 1 place to Ugachukwu, another to Mari Boyer, and we're going to be 3 wide down to turn 4. Mari Boyer just slotting in behind, but Ugachukwu has gone through and takes that place from Noah Stromstead. Mari Boyer might fancy both places. He just backed off going into the corner, and this is exactly why, because he wants both places, fighting it with Ugachukwu, but it's Ugachukwu who emerges in 5th place. Charlie Wirtz makes his way out of turn 4, and now he's going to put a move on his teammate. Is he going to go all the way around the outside? I think he is. Charlie Wirtz moves through into 7th place, and that's a brilliant overtake from the Austrian. Tramnitz has caught Kamara, and he's going to have a look down the inside. Yes, he's going to go for it. Down at turn 3, and Tim Tramnitz is through. The rest of the cavalry are coming. Boyer is there. Ugachukwu is there. Oh, there goes Mari Boyer. Well,
that's
look
a brave
at
move into turn 9, and that is unusual. Ugo is just passed on the inside of turn 6, and Kamara just looked like he let him go past. So, yeah, really struggling to hold on to the positions here.
Nicholas Orlov, as a Red Bull Junior, will come across the line to win at the Red Bull Ring. It comes across the line to win, and he will now be just 1 point behind Rafa Kamara in the fight for this championship. What a drive from Nicholas Orlov.
Whoa! Boy. Good on, boys. Good one. We keep going better, guys. That's how we want it. Let's keep going. Good job, team. Very proud.
Right, let's go through this feature race. Nicholas Orlov won it by 6.6 seconds. Martinius Stenchorn, second place. Tim Tramnitz in third. 2 Red Bull Juniors on the podium. Then Mari Boyer, Ugo Ugachukwu, Rafa Kamara, just a 1 point lead in the championship now. Then Charlie Wirtz, Noah Stromstead, Lawrence Van Hoopen and Callum Boyes in the last of the points finishes. That is all for round 6. As we move into round 7, there is just 1 point between Rafa Kamara and Nicholas Solov. Tim Tramnitz in chase. Make sure you join us next weekend on the 5th and 6th of July for round 7 at Silverstone. And we are go for the sprint race here at Silverstone, and it's a very good start for Ho to Sanapol Intrapuvazak coming across to cover him off, and it's Intrapuvazak who leads us through the first corner for the first time in the orange and black. That is Teofil Nile trying to get on the tack of Ho as they go through the loop for the first time, and Christian Ho in the blue Dams Lucas Oil car. He was attacking, now he's having to defend as we get ready to hit the Wellington straight for the first time. There we go now on the Wellington straight. We've got a yellow flag out, and Teofil Nile now looking to the outside as we make our way down towards Brooklands for the first time. Hard on the brakes goes the Frenchman round the outside, and he's taken second place. Joe Osborne.
What a move. It's been a good start from Stenchorn. They're 3 wide in the mid-pack here. The Trident cars all close together. Tramnitz getting his nose cut off there, isn't he? Still got the yellow flag out. We've got a car to our outside. We're going to squeeze him over there, trying to get the slipstream, because the Ugachukwu there to the inside. Is he overtaking or defending, or all 2 of those options? It is wild in the mid-pack.
Yeah, it looks like Kamara may have dropped back a little bit. Tramnitz is moving forward. Now Kamara's having to attack his teammates, surely not into Maggots and Beckett. He's gone round the outside of Charlie Wirtz. Kamara, he's got the green sidepods to his car. Rafa Kamara, there's our championship leader in the number 5, going wheel to wheel with his teammate Charlie Wirtz. The 3 Tridents all side by side. Kamara, our championship leader, out front. Meanwhile, into Stoke Corner, Teofil Nile is attacking. Meanwhile, behind, we've got Kamara trying to go round the outside of Charlie Wirtz, who gets his elbows out. Is he going to make that position off circuit? He has to be careful of doing that. We saw penalties for that last year. Sensibly, he backs off going into Vale.
The Trident 3-point attack there down the hanger straight, wasn't it? And the AIX car there of Belinsky trying to do it. Safety, virtual safety car has been scrambled. Everyone now needs to slow down.
And what's happened to Nicholas Solov, because he's dropped all the way to 29th position. The driver 3rd in the championship, who starts from pole. Oh, well, it just doesn't go so well for Brando Badoer this season.
So we're all okay through this right part. We've got Kamara right where we want him, and then we're going to get a hit on our left side, and Badoer just comes from nowhere. You can't even see him in that shot. Then the nose cone into the side pod. He does, let's listen.
I got hit.
And it is flat out down the Hamilton straight as Sanapol Intrapuvazak leads us through Abbey for the first time again at full speed since this safety car. Teofil Nile in second, Christian Ho in third, but Martinius Stenchorn in the papaya sends it down the inside there. Great move by Martinius Stenchorn. He wants back-to-back wins in Formula 3, and as we hit the Wellington straight, Martinius Stenchorn up to third, Joe.
Great move. It's a really hard overtake there. Such a short braking point, but he's back under attack. Here's Kamara on Wirtz. We heard no contact, please. Is that going to stay true? Trying to go round the outside of Brooklands, becomes the inside for Luffield. Wirtz just about gives him the space, but he's still there. What's Kamara going to do now? Is he going to get down the inside of Ugachukwu, but it's going to hurt his exit, but it is the job done on Wirtz.
Are we going to see a move this time from Nile? He's within a second. He's within DRS. He might not need the DRS, though. It might be into the loop like we saw Martinius Stenchorn do. He looks to the outside now. Is it going to be at this next corner here? Oh, he's going to be run wide, but he gets down the inside into the next corner, and Teofil Nile has taken the lead in this sprint race.
Great move. The confidence he had under braking there, second to none. It's a rare move to see it instigated around the outside of that first slow corner.
You just have to wonder, did he go off the circuit to make that move? There could be a very slight question mark over that.
Okay, Theo, we might have to give the position back. We are reviewed.
We might or we do.
Stand by, we might have to.
Van Hoopen trying to go through on Christian Ho. See this battle go into Vale, sells the dummy. Great overtaking attempts here from Van Hoopen, and that was really nice stuff from Van Hoopen. Okay, well, here we go. Nile has been told to give the position back. So after review for the Van Amersfoort Racing team, they have now made the decision, Joe, to give that position back. That all happened going into the loop, that move he made for the lead earlier in the race.
When's he going to do it? I would want to give the place back into a DRS detection zone to at least get the DRS straight back. We're past the second zone for that. Looks like he's going to lift off and let him go here at Stowe. So he's not trying to think about getting the DRS back. He just wants to slot into second place. Are we going to see a carbon copy move into the loop? Drivers like that. Once they get a move sorted, they try and replicate that. But now needs to do exactly the same move again at some point.
This, though, the two teammates in the background, and to the outside, late on the brakes goes Ugo Ugachukwu around the outside, and that is great racing from the American. Here comes Boyer. He's going to make a move, surely, on Christian Ho. They're going to be wheel-to-wheel on the exit, and just politely showing him to the curb on the exit, and that's going to be position gain for Mari Boyer. DRS open, Niall doesn't have it, and you fear he's very vulnerable now. Is he even going to defend it? No, and that is Stenshorn going through into second place. So Stenshorn has been released into second. Teofil Niall dropping to third place, was once leading, now still in the podium places, but down to third. Stenshorn into second. Can he now close the gap to Intra-Puvazak? Or has Intra-Puvazak built enough of a lead? The Thai driver absolutely flying out front. What can Stenshorn now do about that gap? But look at the fight for the last place on the podium. Laurens van Hoopen is right there. He looks to the inside of Teofil Niall, and they're going to be side by side through Stowe Corner. Teofil Niall run to the outside, gets back on the circuit, and this fight will continue into Vale Corner. He's getting his elbows out, and now Mari Boyer in the white Campos has joined the party. Surely will be three wide, and there goes Mari Boyer onto the Hamilton straight and on to the podium places. What a move for Mari Boyer. To Sanapol Intra-Puvazak. We've seen him on the podium last year, but now we will see him on the very top step of the podium, out of the final corner. To Sanapol Intra-Puvazak is a winner in FIA Formula 3 and puts Thailand to the top step of the podium for the very first time. Martinius Stenshorn, it's back-to-back podiums for the high-tech TGR driver, and it's a double podium for Campos Racing. Aston Martin's Mari Boyer goes to third place to take back-to-back podiums. He is absolutely flying at the moment.
Congratulations, buddy. Let's go! Let's go, mate. Thank you very much for the car today. It was on rails, mate.
And here was how it ended. To Sanapol Intra-Puvazak holding off the challenges of Martinius Stenshorn to take his first win in FIA Formula 3. Back-to-back podiums for both Martinius Stenshorn and Mari Boyer. Laurens van Hoopen in fourth place. Ugo Ugachukwu coming through from 11th to 5th. In the modern era, he becomes the first driver from his country to take the top step of the podium. The first since Alex Albon, who's gone on to do pretty good things since then. Celebrations for now, but then quickly debrief and brief for tomorrow.
Exactly that, and that's what's great about these weekends. It's two races for the price of one, it feels like,
yeah.
And tomorrow with a completely different grid.
To the left, it's Ugo Ugachukwu. To the right, for the third time this year on pole, it's Nicholas Solov, and we are go. And on wet tyres, Mari Boyer in the white Campos has gone straight into the race lead through Abbey. Mari Boyer, the Aston Martin Junior, leads us down into the first braking zone for the first time. We have a field split on tyre choice, and it's going to be a race of survival for some on those slick tyres through these first few corners. The Red Bull Junior, Nicholas Solov in second place. Teofil Niall on wet tyres trying to move forward, and he's through to second, could be through to third, down to Wellington Straight. He's in the orange and black Van Amersfoort car. Our championship leader Kamara trying to fight for survival here, Joe Osborne.
He is on the wrong tyre. He started third place and he's dropping like a stone. The wet tyre definitely the tyre to be on right now. When will that change? Will it change in this 22-lap F3's feature race? As you can see, an attack there from the Prema car all the way around the outside. They're looking for grip. Car off in the background.
Yeah, we got a Dams car off in the background, so one of them spinning off, coming in towards Luffield there, but the rest of the field are going through. It's Mary Boyer leading from the number 20 of Teofil Noel. Noel Leon in the red and white Prema is in third. Roman Belinsky is charging through the field there. He's gone for wet tyres and he's using it to advantage the Rodin car. Now flying through, it looks like the highest of the slick cars is Nicholas Solov so far, just trying to hang on. Where is Rafa Kamara? He's tumbled down the order. I think he's out of the top 15 places. He's just been passed by Nicola Lacorte. Now one of the McLaren juniors going past him as well as we head down Hanger Straight. Yeah, Mary Boyer went straight through into the lead. And then let's watch Kamara. He's just trying to hang on here in the middle of the pack. He's got the green rear wing and he's just going to get swallowed up by all the wet tyre runners. Yeah, look, and it's going to be 3-4 wide. Look, cars either side. There goes one. There goes Noel Leon. I think to the inside here comes Martinius Stenshon. There he goes. To the right, there comes Ksanapo and Chapuvazak. There goes Roman Belinsky. There comes one of the ARTs. Now, for Campos, this could be very good. Championship-wise, Mary Boyer is 54 points back from championship leader Rafa Kamara, not in the points. He would essentially half the gap to the championship leader, and with 3 rounds to go, he would be officially in the championship fight. Kamara, let's check back in with him, and he is now right behind championship rival Nikola Solov. Coming through and down into Vale. He's going to look to the inside. Goes by Solov, who is going to be into the pit lane next time round. This further back is Dominguez fighting with Tapanen through Maggots and Beckett's. They're fighting to get into the points. And Trapuvazak is 11th. Ahead of that, up the road, we've got Ramos. The Orange MP leading this queue is Bruno Del Pino. Will score 2 points for that. It's full Grand Prix points available, but I look to that gap to get on the podium. Belinsky is getting closer to Noel Leon. It's a little bit further back. Rain is falling again. So that radar that the teams have been giving to the drivers is certainly accurate. That was around 5 minutes ago, wasn't it? That message started coming in, and bang on the money. It is now raining as, Nicola Lacorte, who started 27th up to 14th. Could we see him charge through into the points? It would be quite the drive. Oh, wow. Look at this. Now, it's super heavy rain.
This is a huge call for Rui Marquez, the race director here. Is he going to have to safety car before someone goes off? Because the aquaplaning is going to come in very quickly, as you can just about see the tyre marks cutting through the water here as they exit club.
Oh, and look, Belinsky's off. I think Belinsky's gone off. He has. He just about held it on, but Leon ran wide and Van Hoopen went through, I think. And this is really coming down here. There is a yellow flag out, so someone's run into some problems.
Yeah, I don't see anything now. Yeah, be careful.
That's Louis Sharp. Oh no, the Kiwi was going so well in this race, and Louis Sharp, who was on for a point score, is off.
And it's at club corner, isn't it, where the rain seemed to be at its worst, and has a big slide there, turns in early to the second part of the club, and that's just aquaplaned round.
Oh, I'm out.
That was exactly what I was expecting and trying to explain there. Through the second part of the club, the water just doesn't run away, and he's beached, unfortunately.
And there is a safety car out. That is no surprise at all. That is purely down to the conditions. Lawrence Van Hoopen now carrying a 5-second penalty, and that's moving before signal.
Yeah, going to be difficult as well. And just look at the rain still. Yeah. It's not abating, is it? It's actually staying at the same intensity as we go on board with Stenshon here. And is this the lap he was trying to catch the safety car back up, coming to Vale, and the rear of the car going loose? Nothing he can do there, and has to take to the gravel trap. And I can only get on the defence of these drivers of how difficult this is. Imagine when you step out of the shower in the morning and you stand on a tiled surface and your feet just go from underneath you, and you go, what happened? That's what they're having to do around 5.9 kilometres of Silverstone right now.
Oh, who's this? It's Nicola Solov.
Yeah. I said this wave around lap was going to be difficult, and they're proving me right in that aspect.
we will go to red flag, and it was only a matter of time before we were going to see this. It's not even being able to go at racing speed. The race will not be resumed, and that means Mari Boyer is our race winner in FIA Formula 3, and for the first time he is a feature race winner, and he almost halves the gap to championship leader Rafa Kamara. He is well into this championship fight now. Teofil Niall back on the podium as well.
The race will not be resumed. Good job, boy, P1. Yeah, the race will not be resumed. We are P1. Good job, Bella. Yes! Vamos!
It will not be full points due to the fact that we did not go full distance. I'm hearing that it will be a half points race, so Mari Boyer will still get the win, won't quite get the full points with it, but that will still make a huge impact on his championship fight. Mari Boyer taking the race win ahead of Teofil Niall, Noel Leon in third place, Roman Belinsky in fourth place, Christian Ho in fifth. A double win at Silverstone for them. It was to Sanapol in Chapuvazak yesterday with a first win. Now it's a first feature race win for Mari Boyer, and that puts them to the top of this team's championship. A quick dry off, and let's get soaked some more, this time with champagne.
Yeah, it's a fair trade, isn't it? Rain for champagne, it probably won't feel any wetter.
And we are go for the sprint race here at Spa. It was a perfect launch for Freddie Slater, and he will have the advantage down towards La Source for the first time. Noah Stromstead will hold on to second place in the Orange MP. It is Bruno Del Pino in third, and he's being challenged by Charlie Wirtz there in P4. We're side by side in the background. Martini Stenchorn trying to make places as they make their way down towards Eau Rouge for the first time. And now up the Kemmel Straight. Oh, Tim Tramnitz in the Red Bull Junior there was getting all out of shape, but just managed to keep it pointing in a straight line. And Freddie Slater trying to break the toe down Kemmel Straight. Noah Stromstead looking to the outside, but it's Slater who holds the advantage as we go through Les Combes for the first time. Contact almost between Del Pino and Wirtz, but Del Pino has just held on to third place. Benavides is being challenged here on screen. That's Callum Voisin round the outside in the white and black Rodin. Great move that from Callum Voisin to pick off a place on Brad Benavides.
Yeah, last year's winner Voisin here he won a race here last year, was pole last year as well, as we see. Is
Boyer.
it Boyer? Having a look up the inside of Giusti, getting that done, but he's going to have to be careful as Tramnitz is right ahead. Tramnitz did well to give space at the apex there, using his mirror as well, but that was a good move, as you mentioned, from Voisin. As we see Badoer going side by side with Nicola Lacorte down towards Eau Rouge, side by side again. This is the second lap, second time Badoer's gone side by side with a driver through there. Oh, a touch between an AIX and a Campos going through the bus stop chicane. That was Benavides and Boyer.
Yes, it was. Boyer really knows he needs to get forward in this race, and there he goes. The white Campos here of Mari Boyer gets down the inside of Brad Benavides. In the background, Gerard G, I think that is, going forward on Tim Tramnitz, having his best weekend so far, and Mari Boyer furiously defending here on Brad Benavides. Here they come down to Eau Rouge. Benavides, who will start from pole position tomorrow, knows that's going to be his day, but on board with Noah Stromstead has the DRS down the Kemmel Straight, and he will go by Freddie Slater and into the lead of this race.
Yeah, and Slater will see Wirtz in the second of those Trident cars in the top three in his mirrors now, as Wirtz has got the DRS as well. But you can see when you get a good run and the right distance behind the car in front, with Slater having no toe to help him behind us. We see Noah Leon on the curbs with Nicola Lacorte fighting through Les Combes and going wide through Malmedy. That's going to allow Tuukka Tappinen to get involved. Yes. Tuukka Tappinen's come through a fair number of places from the back row of the grid.
Oh, and that's contact between Boyer and Benavides. Wow.
That was heavy contact, actually. We saw that from the drone. Campos, two wheels on the grass in the back of shot. I think that's in Chapuvazak.
And that's Ugachukwu going around the outside of Wirtz. That's a change for third place. Ugachukwu into the podium places, trying to chase down this 100 podiums for Prema, and Ugachukwu is into third place.
Good run up, Eau Rouge and Radion from Boyer, going alongside the Rodin car there of Belinsky, and gets that move done. So Boyer certainly on the moves. We see side by side Del Pino and Stenchorn. Del Pino managing to hold the inside line ahead of Stenshorn for now.
Down the Camel Straight, and Ugo Chukwu closing in here on Freddie Slater, getting closer. Will he even be close enough to make a move? Not quite, but in the background, Del Pino looking to the outside there of Stenshorn, just behind. And Trpuvozak is under pressure now from Solov. Is this the moment Solov starts to make moves? If he doesn't, he'll be under pressure from his championship leader, Rafa Kamara. In the background, Mari Boyer looking to close in.
Almost certainly going to see a new winner this season in this race. All 4 of the top 4 drivers haven't taken a win this year so far. Stromstead currently looking the most likely, as already alongside Slater is Ugo Chukwu, and the right-hand side has shot the number 3 black car for Prema. He's got that move done. Great run up the Kemmel Straight, takes 2nd place. Wirtz is now getting close to the back of that battle for 3rd place. We see further movement, and Kamara fighting with his championship rival as Trpuvozak somehow has made his way past Del Pino. Del Pino also passed by Solov, but Kamara being blocked out. That's not good for Kamara.
Freddie Slater, meanwhile, could be losing his place on the podium because Charlie Wirtz is right there behind him, heading down the Kemmel Straight. And here comes Charlie Wirtz looking to the inside now to go through and into 3rd place.
And look in the back of shot, that's Kamara on the outside of Del Pino who's got that move done. And Mari Boyer in the white Campos car going all the way around the outside. That's a lovely move to take another position. Boyer wanting to stay right on the back of his championship rival. Drivers generally will choose to make the move up Kemmel, because then it's quite hard for the drivers behind to then re-attack again. Whereas if you overtake into the bus stop, you've then got 2 DRS zones, the first into this corner here at the source, and then the second down the Kemmel Straight. I think Slater's actually trying to let Stenshorn through. I think he actually did let Stenshorn through to try and potentially get DRS, but is now alongside Solov as well. So this is going to be messy going up Eau Rouge and Radion.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. And now we're almost going to be 3 wide going down to Eau Rouge. Solov, the Red Bull Junior, gets by there into Eau Rouge. And Slater running slightly wide there, going missing from our camera shot there. Rejoins behind Kamara, and that is Trpuvozak behind. So that all got a little bit messy for a while there. Stenshorn is now leading this queue. Solov 2nd in queue. Kamara 3rd in queue. This is your battle for 4th place, and Slater going wide again.
Yeah.
So, wow.
Solov up the inside of Malmedy, just showing his nose there. Stenshorn did well to see him coming, ran wide, but keeps the position. Will Solov wait, or will he go for the move into the bus stop? He's close enough to go for it. He's going for it now. He's deciding that I want to go early and potentially just control the road. Based on what happened last time out with Slater, maybe he thinks that that Kamara might get involved into La Source and give Solov a bit of a run on his own up through Eau Rouge and Radion.
Meanwhile, here is Kamara there, that green front wing, looking to the outside here of Martinius Stenshorn in the Papaya, and Kamara is going to use DRS to go around the outside. So it is Solov and Kamara now together in 4th and 5th. We are getting very close here between the likes of Stenshorn and Boyer. Trpuvozak furiously defending as Boyer goes all over the curbs. Remember, he does have that penalty, but he's trying to get as far up the order as he can. Solov is only half a second back now from Charlie Wirtz in 3rd place down towards bus stop. I don't think he's quite close enough. He is getting there. Through Blanchimont we go. I don't think Nicolas Solov will have it, but let's see what we can do. But out front, someone who has had everything today has been Noah Stromstead. It's been a dominant performance, and it will be a first win for Noah Stromstead. In the background, it will be a first podium for Ugo Chukwu and a first podium for Charlie Wirtz as well. What a day for Trident.
Super race, mate. Bravo. Good job. Yeah, thank you, man. Car was a rocket ship today. It was very nice to drive.
Noah Stromstead takes his first win. Ugo Chukwu finishing in 2nd. Charlie Wirtz in 3rd place. Tomorrow, it's full Grand Prix points, feature race up for grabs. We are into the business end of this now, and these points much more valuable than what they were a few rounds ago.
We're going to start the formation up under the safety car. We may get more than one to give the drivers a chance to see how the circuit conditions are, and also give the safety car and the officials and stewards and race director a chance to look at the circuit conditions and assess whether it is safe enough to go racing.
Oh, wow, that's the number 26 off, James Headley.
James Headley.
Well, that gives you an idea of the conditions that we have. He has gone off already. Oh, and Tim Tramnitz, championship contender, is off. Oh my goodness, and Brando Badaware is off.
Oh my goodness.
This is down the Camel Straight. Brando Badaware has spun going down the straight, and unsurprisingly, we've been given a red flag. Look at the conditions down the straight.
Let's have a look and see what's happening with Tramnitz. Yeah, it just gets taken.
You're right.
Everyone was spreading out on the road to try and get some visibility.
Headley spun at Eau Rouge and has been able to continue on. We have a red flag due to the conditions out there. It is far too wet right now to go racing safely. Race control did make an attempt to send the drivers around under a formation lap, but with that, we have just seen quite clearly that it's too wet for the drivers to go racing. It's not safe. And there we go. We are now green, and that means we are now officially underway for the feature race. Oh, and we've got car off. Whoa, that's Tsanapol Intrapuvazak is off down towards the Brussels hairpin, and he is out, I fear.
Let's have a look in the back of shots, see how that started. Look out for the white car in Trapuvazak. Oh, he had to actually take evasive action, nearly clattered into the back of Nikola Solov. That would have been dramatic for our championship.
Oh no, and we have a red flag. Oh wow, now is that because of Tsanapol and Trapuvazak's car? Because they need to get a recovery vehicle out.
Red flag, red flag, red flag, red flag. Grip is fine apparently, but it's visibility. Visibility.
Ah, that's information from race control.
Now the race will not be resumed. Now from a point scenario, this means that there will be no points. We need at least 2 laps without the safety car or without virtual safety car. We are go for the round 9 sprint race here at the Hungaroring. Coming straight over to defend there was Tsanapol Intrapuvazak as we charge down towards the first corner, and Headley now is going to look to the outside and go on the attack up to Tsanapol Intrapuvazak there. Headley there almost being clipped by Taponen, but by the ART of Wharton, sorry, but Headley getting through safe. Intrapuvazak takes us in towards turn 2. Wharton in 3rd place, and it's Badaware in the all-black livery in 4th as they now come downhill flat out through turn 3.
It's 2x2 through turn number 2, and they go single file now down towards turn 4. Very difficult overtaking opportunity. There was contact at turn 1 between Wharton and on the back of Headley. Side by side in the mid-pack, there's Benavides just trying to make a move there. As wide at the back of shot goes Nicola Lacorte. We've got, I think that is Kamara fighting or defending his position in the back end of the top 10, but it is from the lead of the race, Campos driver of Intrapuvazak, as a couple of drivers go wide into the chicane.
Yep, Solov is making ground because 2 cars have gone off. Yellow flag is out, and that could be exaggerated as here comes Wharton side by side with James Headley getting his elbows out. Headley just about holds on. Wow, it is elbows out stuff, and we are green all around the circuit, so this will continue as Badaware is now got a front row seat to this boxing match between Headley and Wharton.
Ugachukwu goes wide at turn 12 now, is defensive. Oh, Giusti had to take
suspension damage. He's got suspension damage. He's out the race. Giusti is off and out of the race, and he's going to go no further, and that will be a safety car in this race.
This is where Giusti ends up off the road, side by side. There it was.
There it is.
So that's why Ugachukwu went off the road, and then yet no control and into the barrier. On the left-hand side there, that is
Van Hoopen.
Yeah, so that he came in with front wing damage. Let's see what happened here.
And there, that's Dominguez, isn't it?
Racing incident, damaging 2 front wings, but they're back in the race. They should be able to join the back of the grid.
We're green once again in the sprint race, and Tsanapol Intrapuvazak defending in towards the first corner. Headley looking to the outside, and in the Trident, that is Charlie Burtz getting on the attack in P6 there of Ugachukwu just ahead. So it's Verse versus Ugachukwu. Behind that is Mary Boyer in the white Campos, finding a gap on the inside of Teofil Nile there. Doesn't quite execute it, but showing his intent early on here.
Boyer's very much on the attack in this race. I always said that it was one to watch, and he's making moves so far. Not afraid to put his nose up the inside of of Teofil Niall into turn 2. Turn 2 is quite difficult to overtake on the inside because turn 3 immediately following is a right-hander, so if you could just hang around the outside, it gives you the inside line. Headley having to defend from Wharton, or is Wharton actually defending from Badouer behind? It's that group sort of third backwards for everyone.
That's a Prema off. Noel Leon's gone off in the background.
Noel Leon goes for a move into the chicane on Gerard Shee, side by side to the middle. I mean, to be honest, I think Noel Leon actually destroying the Pirelli branding there as well. That won't have done any damage to the car. Oh!
Does the camera survive? Does the camera survive?
No, it doesn't once again.
No,
Kill
Noel
cam
Leon.
in FIA Formula 3 strikes again, but unfortunately for Noel Leon, I think he had to expect that gap was always going to disappear.
Mari Boyer is gaining some ground, and with that he'll want to go forward, and that was Brad Benavides trying to go past him, and Benavides has done it. The American is through.
So Kamara was ahead at the first apex, which means that in theory he should then have the position. There was contact in the middle though. Yeah, it's a close one. I think though you can't be taking a position off the road, so I think Benavides will probably have to give that position back. Here we go into the second last corner. That's a bold move.
Wow.
Great move from Ugo Chukwu. Don't often see a move into there.
Okay, side by side in the background, that is Ugo Chukwu going to the outside of Wharton, and he's going to get a beautiful cutback and DRS with it. Thank you very much, says Ugo Chukwu, into the podium places now.
As we see a move, that was Noel Leon. Great move at turn 1. Noel Leon on Tuka Tappinen, decisive dive to the inside, gets that move done. That's how you do it at turn 1.
Kamara diving down the inside of Tappinen. Wow.
Slight defence initially from Tappinen, but Kamara decides to just roll off the brake. And that is the definition of hard but fair. Good racing. Ugo Chukwu has made his way through, and
he has, so he's been released. Jarchi's falling away. His tyres seem to have fallen off the cliff.
Yeah, and it looks like Kamara is coming into a good pace at this stage of the race. You'd ride on board with Solov now.
Oh.
Wow, that's a late lunge. No points for that, unfortunately. Still down in 18th place.
Whoa, in the background, Wirtz makes a move there on that red and black ART of Wharton, and Charlie Wirtz, fresh from that first podium last time out, inspired to go and get another. He goes round the outside of James Headley. Charlie Wirtz looking to get on the podium once more. That would be brave. Well, he's taken fourth, and now he is the one looking at the back of Headley, who really is putting up a fight here, Piers.
The Trident cars have got really good paces. Side by side in the back of shot, we've got the VAR car. That must be...
Oh, Noel Leon goes back contact there.
Oh,
Teofil Niall, and they're off. They're off. That is Noel Leon and Teofil Niall off, and that could be a safety car if Noel Leon can't get going again.
You'll see them coming shot. So they were side by side, and they actually made contact off the circuit.
Mate, what the f*** is this guy doing?
Let's watch this again. So in the back shot there, Noel Leon on the red front, Teofil Niall in the orange highlights, Niall's on the inside, carries too much speed in, they go side by side, and then there's the secondary contact.
The top two have gone from the rest of the field, so it's a boxing match between these two then. Who's it going to be? Ugo Chukwu, big look up, and Headley has been passed there by Charlie Wirtz, who's into the podium places. Oh no, Ugo Chukwu has ran wide, and that is it. Surely that's it, over. Intrapuvazak's now going to get a gap, and Wirtz is into third place.
Wirtz using the tyre grid that he had to get past Headley. Good restart from Wirtz. Not a good restart from James Headley. Caught napping a little bit when the drives at the front of the field of Intrapuvazak and Ugo Chukwu went early, but then also just didn't have the tyre grip for that final sector. Was left vulnerable as now Kamara on the back of his championship rival, shall we say, to try and get at least another point.
But out front, Tisanopol Intrapuvazak has driven a beautiful race. He'll take back-to-back podiums here at the Hungaroring. But this time, it'll be the top step for Tisanopol Intrapuvazak, who takes his second win of the Formula 3 season, and crucial points in the team's championship for Campos Racing.
Congratulations, mate. Really well managed. Good race, guys. It was a tough one, but we managed pretty well. Thank you very much.
Sanapol Intrapuvazak, a second win for him this season. He was fought close with Ugo Ugachukwu. Him and Charlie Vert straight back on the podium. Well done, James Headley. A PB for him, first points. James Wharton next. Brando Badaware got a personal best. Then it was Mary Boyer just ahead of Rafa Kamara. Teofil Noel next. Gerard G took his first points. Rafa Kamara will take a 31-point lead into tomorrow and just needs a 39-point lead to go into the final round to confirm himself champion. Race control giving us the information that it will be a rolling start. Up to the final corner we go. Rafa Kamara has the pace of the field as we turn the final corner in wet conditions, and we are green for 24 laps of feature race here in FIA Formula 3. Down the start-finish straight we go, and it's Rafa Kamara leading the white Campos of Mary Boyer as we hit the brakes in wet conditions for the first time. And Rafa Kamara trying to get the car slowed down, and it looks like he's just about got there in time. Mary Boyer second, Tapanen in third, G in fourth, then it's Niall, Verts, Ugachukwu, Badaware, Giusti and Wharton, and Kamara already stretching his legs out front.
That was an excellent restart from Kamara at the front of the field. He's gapped the rest of them. He's got, of course, the best conditions. He's got no spray in his face, but he's also the first one to arrive at every corner, having to make a judgment call. Where do I brake? How much speed do I carry? What line do I take to these corners? Of course, the wet, quote-unquote, karting line sometimes can be a good option for the drivers. It's all about those drivers who have done the best preparation. Have they watched some previous races here in wet conditions? Do they know where they're going to go on circuit? As wide through the middle of turn 5. I think that was into Puvazak, wasn't it? It was with, I think it was Stromstead. Yeah, Stromstead fighting down there for the bottom end of the top 10.
Into the chicane now, and someone running wide. That's Tim Tramnitz, and he's gone round. Tim Tramnitz, who was fighting for championship survival, and that will be that, I'm sure, for the German driver. Spinning round is Tim Tramnitz, and he will now get recovered. It's just gone from bad to worse. A bad qualifying for the MP Motorsport driver. Had nothing to lose in this race, but that, a demonstration of how easy it is to make a mistake in this race. Ugachukwu in the black Plamer racing car, looking to the outside there of Niall, and he is flying with confidence at the moment, and Ugachukwu now looks to the outside. This a battle for 5th place on track. Big points up for grabs here. Ugachukwu sending it to the outside. Great move from the American, and look at the pace difference there as Ugachukwu goes around the outside. See you later.
You can see them already hunting for the water. The Trident team saying find the wet patches. That's just to cool these Pirelli wet tyres. They're absolutely fine in these conditions, but with 20 laps to go, the temperature just builds and builds in the block, and the hotter they are, the more they move around, the less grip you have. As Boyer now actually having a look, but all the Kamara needs to do is just pick his lines and not make any mistakes. The safety car has been deployed.
Yeah, it's Benavides who's gone round. And
second last corner.
Wall. Yes, correct.
Oh,
that's contact with Roman Belinsky.
Roman Belinsky, yeah. That's just a case of 2 into 1, I think.
It wasn't a great restart in the background for Gerard G, and it looks like the likes of Teofil Niall was under pressure as well, but it was a good restart out front from Kamara. Boyer there, Tapanen in third. Oh, and running wide was Ugachukwu. Verts, the other Trident car, trying to get some places, and he'll be side by side there with Niall, and he nicks a place on the inside and goes up to P6.
Yeah, there was wheel-to-wheel contact there on the exit between Niall and Verts as Ugachukwu trying to get around the outside of Gerard G. Looks one way, looks the other. Won't be able to get around the outside of turn 3, I don't think. He tries it, but She cuts his nose off. She looks like the cork in the bottle after not a great restart, but the front of the field, Boyer much more on it this time, right there with Kamara. Looked like Kamara actually had a little wobble into turn 1 as she does exactly the same thing into 4.
Yeah, Gerard G's run wide, rejoins, and Kamara, Ugachukwu, sorry, trying to go around the outside in contact between Gerard G and Ugachukwu. Suspension damage for the front left of Gerard G, and it looks like Ugachukwu's got a puncture to the rear right. That'll be another safety car.
Just coming into turn 4 now. She just tries to carry speed into turn 5 while Ugachukwu's going around the outside to try and stay ahead. Just misjudged the grip and unfortunately clattered into the side of Ugachukwu.
Kamara has a 7/10 lead over Boyer. Tappanen in third, Wirtz the one under pressure from Teofil Niall in fourth place as we hit the first corner and the braking zone. Badaware is now sixth, then it's Giusti, Wharton, Stromsted, and our winner from yesterday, Tisanopol in Trapuvazak, and we're side by side, the Blue Williams Academy livery, that is Giusti, and to the outside of him, the Aussie, James Wharton, trying to pick up places.
Yeah, looking at the inside, there's a couple of drivers run wide.
That's Leon
in the middle of turn 2. That's
Noel Leon. Here comes Nikola Solov going round the outside, and he's going to take another place on James Headley.
This is how he did it around the outside of turn 2. I think he actually had a wobble and left the circuit. Well, I think you could argue he could probably just hold on to that. He did leave the circuit only just, but it was before he was alongside the IX, so I think he'll probably get away with that one. A good move.
And we're not even halfway through the race. Headley's round. Oh no, that was contact, I think, with Noel Leon. Leon had run wide. Then there's the contact.
And then just a lock-up from Leon. That's clumsy from Leon, in my opinion. He ran wide and lost the place.
Move there. Solov down the inside of Brando Badaware. Badaware looked like he made that fairly comfortable for Nikola Solov. Knows the Bulgarian as the pace. Solov won this feature race last year in very different conditions. It was his third win, and Nikola Solov doing a great job. There you can see the live driver standings. If that gap between Kamara and Boyer is 40 points, then that means Kamara will be champion. It is greater than that currently. Noah Stromsted in 13th, James Wharton in 12th. Noah Stromsted will pull out of the slipstream and use the DRS to take that place.
Yeah, he's ahead at the apex. Can he get it stopped? It looks like he can. Wharton's struggling a little bit at the moment with his tyres, I think. Doesn't quite have the pace of the rest of the fielders. His teammate Van Hoopen's driven up the road a little bit on this group here. Front of the field, 6-second gap between Boyer in second and Tappanen in third means that it's basically a straight shootout for the win. Or sliding through turn 2. Just about got away with that today as Stromsted comes out ahead, but he's going to have to defend on the way out to turn 4. Looks one way, looks the other. It's a little naughty, can't move in reaction to the driver behind. Around the outside of turn 4, finds the grip, keeps the place. 4 feature race wins, 5 pole positions, and now your 2025 FIA Formula 3 champion is Rafael Kamara as he comes across the line to take the checkered flag. History made in FIA Formula 3, and it's a 3rd consecutive title for the Trident team. They have another Brazilian champion, his name Rafa Kamara.
This moment is for you. We did it in there. Oh my God.
Now I can say, Rafa, you are the champion of FIA Formula 3. Bravo!
Jacobi!
Rafa Kamara, by 2 seconds out front, takes the race win. Another pole position, another feature race win. He's picked up 4 now this season to seal the championship into the summer break. Mari Boyer, 2nd place, Tuukka Tappanen 3rd. We're not quite finished in Formula 3. We do have our champion. His name is Rafael Kamara. He can go into the summer break knowing he's champion, but there's still more places to be decided. There's a team's championship to be decided. We'll do that at Monza on the 6th and 7th of September. We are go for the sprint race here at Monza, and it was a great launch there from the 3rd row for Alessandro Giusti, and a good launch off the front row for Martini Stenchorn, and he's going to get the jump on Laurens Van Hoopen in towards the first corner, but Tuukka Tappanen's got the jump on them both, but he's gone too quickly and he's gone straight over the chicane. One of the Van Amersfoorts has gone off with front wing damage, and Martini Stenchorn will emerge in the lead. 2nd place will be the number 7 of Laurens Van Hoopen. Tuukka Tappanen comes back out there in 3rd place, and Van Hoopen almost on the grass there on the inside as he makes his way into the Rogier chicane, side by side with Stenchorn. Can he get it stopped in time? Just about there. Stenchorn gets the cutback on the exit and will take the lead back there. So Stenchorn in the lead ahead of Van Hoopen, and Tappanen up to 4th place is Tim Tramnitz.
So much change already on the first lap. We saw Tappanen with an audacious move up the inside at turn 1, could not get it stopped as the ART drivers were fighting for the lead, but Stenshorn using his experience just to get the cut back at turn 5 and retake the lead. Now he can control the race from the front. We're hearing in our ears it was even Dominguez that had the contact at the back of the field. As we now go side by side in the background, Giusti looking at the back of Zagazzetta and further back in the field. Oh no, who's that? That's Intrapuvazak through the gravel.
Yeah, Tasanapo Intrapuvazak is off, unfortunately, there. As you said, Ivan Dominguez went off through front wing damage, and that will bring a safety car.
It was only just a car's width that Stenshorn left. Okay, so he actually made contact with the wall, Dominguez. You're right, Chris, it was in avoidance. Everyone just concertinaing up.
Martinius Stenshorn takes us over the line with a bit of a gap over Lawrence Van Hoopen, who's under threats for second place. It's sprint race winner from 2024, Tim Tramnitz, who makes his way down the inside and trying to take second place from the ART driver. In the background, a change for fourth. The Peruvian Matias Zagazzetta for Dams Lucas Oil makes his way up a position, and he's trying to charge after what would be a second podium finish, but a first for the Dams Lucas Oil team, as we now jump on board with Tim Tramnitz side by side with Van Hoopen heading down to the Roger chicane. He cuts across the line of Van Hoopen. It was aggressive stuff from Tim Tramnitz, but good driving from the German. He's now up to second. And we're side by side in the background. We're going to go 3 wide to the far left in the white and black. That's Belinsky trying to make a move, and Noah Stromsted has gone flying wide. In the background, the number 4 car there, Noah Stromsted, just about gets it slowed down for the polystyrene barriers. It was a big mistake for the Trident driver. 3 drivers fighting for second in the championship, but as I say that, Van Hoopen has found a space on the inside of Tramnitz, who's going to go round the outside, and in the background Belinsky's gone round the outside of Zagazzetta, trying to move closer to another podium finish for the Polish driver. It's all going off. It's going to be hard to keep up with as we move into the second half. There's so many storylines to follow in this race, but that's just a Formula 3 sprint race for you. Side by side now, Tramnitz defending. He's got a lot at stake in this race. He's trying to fight for second in the championship, but Van Hoopen wants a first race win. Belinsky trying to charge after another podium. Down the start-finish straight we go. There is Roman Belinsky going to the inside. The running driver. Whoa! Uga Chukwu, how on earth did he save that? The Prema Racing driver into the first corner. Uga Chukwu 3 wide there with Zagazzetta and Giusti, and it looks like it's going to be Zagazzetta who emerges in P5, Giusti in P6, and Uga Chukwu, the American, is now somehow in the middle of them.
God, I didn't see how that started, but Uga Chukwu absolutely snaking the car, trying to keep control. We've got a move for second place. Belinsky up the inside of turn 4. Stenshorn wide. Can Belinsky get the cut back? He's got a good run. We look further back. Giusti fighting now with one of the Tridents. Just looking left, looking right in the mirrors to see how close Stenshorn is, trying to weigh out whether he needs to defend it. Now Belinsky goes to the inside.
Belinsky trying to get after a first win, but he's locked up there, and Stenshorn's going to have to go wide. Well, what happens now? Because Belinsky was right side by side with him. Is Stenshorn going to hold that place, or is he going to allow Belinsky to draw alongside? They'll be side by side round Curva Grande now, and Belinsky will go into second place. Stenshorn has allowed him to go back side by side, and they'll take this fight into the Roger chicane, and Stenshorn will go back into second place.
For me, we need to give back to Belinsky, mate. Sure? Not sure, but in case of that, he was at the apex.
Good work from the team of Hi-Tech there. I completely agree with their assessment there. Belinsky was ahead at the apex, and here we go, Stenshorn letting him back through, but trying not to let Van Hoopen through during that incident as well.
So let's go back on board with Stenshorn, and he's going to tow past Belinsky, or is he? This is a familiar sight, isn't it? Belinsky and Stenshorn's gone wide again. They were side by side into the corner. Oh, incident in the background, Uga Chukwu. And I think that might have been one of the Trident. In fact, it was Wirtz who's gone off. Wirtz has gone off, and he's tumbling down the order, and Wirtz has stopped, and that will be a safety car. There is Badaware, the other black Prema Racing liveried car, and safety car is out.
Here we go. Oh, it's just a case of three. Airborne goes Charlie Wirtz into the side of Badaware. Badaware actually was the innocent party, to be honest.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know how Badaware lost his front wing. Did he just decide to clatter through the...
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty silly, if I'm honest, from Badaware. He there you go, front wing just destroyed by the polystyrene blocks. He was absolutely fine up until that point, so I think he was just a bit impatient there, unfortunately.
Boyer is looking to take more points out of Solov because he's going to go down the inside of Giusti. This will be important for him to take second. Brilliant move for Boyer, and he puts an extra point over Nicolas Solov with a move on Alessandro Giusti. But can now Nicolas Solov get by Alessandro Giusti? Someone off in the background, a Rodin driver. They rejoin into the final corner. Martini Stenchorn tries to send it on Roman Belinsky, but out front it's going to be back-to-back sprint race wins at Monza for the MP Motorsport driver Tim Tramnitz. The Red Bull Junior comes across the line to take the checkered flag and put his hopes of getting a championship podium going well. Oh no, Nicolas Solov coming across the line has slowed up and has dropped out of the points. What on earth has happened?
Right in the toe, goes to the inside. I don't know why Giusti didn't defend, it's the last corner. But anyway, up the inside, Giusti goes wide, dirty air. Giusti then comes back across. And cuts
wow.
in front of Nicolas Solov.
Yeah, we did it once again in Monza. Yeah. Come on, guys. Good job. Good job. Yes.
Tramnitz wins once again here at Monza. Belinsky, Stenchorn on the podium. Van Hoopen, well done to him. Zagazzetta, that's a PB for him. And Boyer, Giusti, Leon. Callum Voisin came through the order well from 20th to 9th. Stromstead finished in 10th. There is one more race to go in 2025 in FIA Formula 3. That will be 22 laps of feature race action coming up at 8:15 local time here at Monza. And we'll go here for the feature race at Monza. It's an even start off the front row, and Benavides coming straight across to defend from Ugochukwu as we go down towards Rettifilo. Noel Leon in the red and white Prema trying to go to the outside. We've had a small lock up there from one of the Red Bull Juniors who's being slightly tagged. That's Nicolas Solov trying to fight for second in the championship. He was tagged by Matthias Zagazzetta. It looks like they've both got going without any damage in the white Campos. That is Tasanapo Intrapuvazak, Nicolas Solov teammate. They are trying to get as much points for Campos Racing as now Intrapuvazak goes side by side with Leon trying to get onto the podium. Oh, and he's had to go across the Roger chicane. He will briefly go into third place, but he'll surely have to give that place back as now Solov attacks Noel Leon into the first Lesmo Pierce Pryor.
We saw contact further back at turns 4 and 5 in the Roger chicane as well, but Solov actually had a massive lock-up down towards turn number 1, so we'll see if that's flat-spotted his tyre.
Oh no, that's one of the Tridents. Charlie Wirtz is out. He was the highest placed Trident.
Is that Wirtz ahead, or is that...
Yeah, that's Wirtz ahead.
Oh, and then a Fromming end plate jumps over the halo, doing a good job, and then someone, a Dam's car through.
Ugochukwu was so quick yesterday, and he wants to take this lead away from Benavides, and he wants to do it right now. He's going to go to the outside there, left of screen. Ugochukwu is going to fight this one into the Roger chicane, and Benavides is going to run wide. Ugochukwu's now going to have the run, surely, into the Lesmos. Let's see them down, but Benavides feeling the pressure here.
Swap position, swap position.
I was ahead at the apex.
You went off track, swap position, we've got a long race ahead of us.
Interesting decision there. So that was because he ran wide at Roger, so they are going to give that place back. In all honesty, Benavides will now have the advantage down the start-finish straight, and he should take this lead straight back. Ugochukwu is a sitting duck on Benavides here. And what about Intrapuvazak to the outside? Well, Benavides has just shown that you do not want to be the leader down that start-finish straight, and now Benavides goes back into the lead. Barrichello has gone out. Safety car comes out.
So there's a VAR going wide, and then Barrichello just loses it in the middle of Ascari. I think maybe just gets slightly off the racing line on the dust. Barrichello ends his first weekend in FIA Formula 3 in the gravel, but he's shown that he can definitely mix it amongst the FIA Formula 3 grid, and maybe we'll see him back.
Down to Ascari. Nicolas Solov there in third. Then Noel Leon, another one of the Prema drivers. Oh, and a spin for Ugochukwu.
Oh, he's done exactly what Barrichello did a few laps
Wow.
ago. He just touched the gravel, I think. Right ahead is the black car of the Prema of Ugochukwu. Oh, it's gravel on the road.
Yes.
That's really unfortunate. Somehow Benavides managed to make it through, but the second car along, touching the gravel, maybe just slightly out of the wheel tracks of Benavides, and the race over.
Nicolas Solov is fighting for the team's championship. He's fighting for second. There's an opportunity here. Will he take it in the background? The papaya there of Martini Stenchorn coming flying down the inside of Tappanen, and that's a place gained for Martini Stenchon, back on the podium yesterday, and he's charging back to those podium places.
I think Solov's going to get past before they even get to the braking zone of turn 1. It's going to be brave on the brakes of Benavides as Noel Leon looks to get involved as well.
Nikola Solov round the outside and into the lead of the race, and in the background they're fighting away as well. Martini Stenchon's gone by Zagazzetta, who's lost a bit of his front wing. So Zagazzetta with a little bit of damage there. Giusti was trying to get by Roman Belinsky as well, but we have a new leader. It's Campos Racing's Nikola Solov, but Benavides wants to lead back. Side by side we go into Roger. Who's going to come out in the lead first? Benavides round the outside and takes the lead back.
That was
what a move from Benavides. And Kamara, the champion, 15th place. And I tell you what, he's got DRS to every single car ahead of him. He's up there in the background. He's right behind the all-black livery of Badoer, and he's just gone down the inside of Badoer. Zagazzetta's off. Oh no, where's he going to come into? Oh my word, that was so close.
This is coming together at the front of the field as Inter Puvazak makes a move on his teammate for second place. Bold, using the DRS there. And two drivers off. That's Stromstead.
Stromstead's off for Trident, and who did that? That was Giusti, went off into the path of another car as well. Oh, Kamara's on the grass, going round, that's Boyer. So we've got Kamara trying to go by Mari Boyer. Trident literally fighting with Campos now. We're 3 wide in the background. Giusti next along, and Solov is going to go by Intra Puvazak.
The two Tridents were side by side down towards turn number 1, and
Kamara's gone around the outside.
He was getting shoveled onto the grass by Boyer going into Parabolica, and somehow has come out of turn 1 in 6th place.
30th to 6th.
We've got a snake. Intra Puvazak looking to the outside once again on his teammate. Looking up on the outside for the lead. Inter Puvazak third to first.
Wow, that's a Sanapol Intra Puvazak. How on earth did he manage to do that? The Thai driver is now leading the race. Absolutely sensational.
Kamara, there he is, 6/10 off the back of Belinsky. He was fast at the start of this race. He's been fast all year. He knows how to win a feature race from pole, but can he do it? Benavides on the grass!
Benavides on the grass, and he's not going to get that stopped. He's going to go straight on. Noel Leon's gone round the outside of Belinsky, trying to go through, and well with this leave Kamara now. Let's see where Benavides comes out. He's managed to just keep it in a straight line. He emerges in second place. Here comes Solov now, round the outside of Brad Benavides. Up they go towards Roger. Belinsky trying to get through Noel Leon, and I tell you what, the lead group is extending all of a sudden. And this the view of our champion.
Wow, right, so he's having a look at the wall. Look how far back he came from.
Down the inside of Roman Belinsky. Rafa Kamara sent it there on Roman Belinsky, who took to the exit curb in avoidance, and that's the mood Kamara's in. He wants the trophy, he wants the podium, and he's not prepared to be waiting around in this race.
Do you know what? I think Belinsky's going to have to give that position up.
I agree.
It was a late move from Kamara, but he got all the way alongside at the apex somehow, and now Giusti's looking to get a piece of this. Is Belinsky letting Kamara through?
He is.
I don't know if he's letting him through, but he's going to lose the place. Yeah, I think he's letting him through there.
He's letting him through.
Kamara's in the top 5 now. I can't imagine what it's like on the Campos pit wall right now as the drivers that are currently allowing them to potentially take the championship are going wheel to wheel as Benavides runs wide. That'll allow Noel Leon to get involved, goes through. So Noel Leon onto the podium for Prema.
And it will be Tisanopol Intra Puvazak with a 3rd win in Formula 3 and a 1-2 finish for Campos Racing. He will lead them home for the Teams Championship in FIA Formula 3. They win their first Teams Championship in FIA Formula 3. History made here at Monza for the 2nd time in a row.
Are we champions? Yes, we are, buddy. Yes, we are. Come on! Come on!
Sanapol Intra Puvazak takes the win ahead of Solov. Leon Benavides just missed out at the end. Kamara 30th to 5th. Yes, you heard that correctly. Stromstead, Belinsky, Giusti, Boyer and Tramnitz. Drivers' champion Rafa Kamara, our team's champions for the first time, Campos Racing. Now we look ahead to the next season, Season 8, which will kick off at Melbourne on the 6th to the 8th of March.